Hey, so I have. Can I talk to you guys about something?
Yeah, of course.
I was a little unhappy with my performance in last week's face. I usually am, but I was so unhappy, in fact, that I even reached out to you guys after the episode just to make sure that it was okay.
Oh, you text Andrew as well?
Maybe I just texted you. Thanks for bringing that up. Anyway, I'm sure I had a reason, but so I decided that instead of being in a funk about it, I was going to redouble my efforts between that episode to this episode. And the struggle that I've been having, I was talking about this with Gavin, is like nothing's happening in my life right now, right? Because of the pandemic and because of working from home and stuff. And I think I even said to Gavin, like, I can only make socks and fingernail clippings stories for so long. Like, I'm really scraping the bottom of the fucking barrel here.
Yeah, but last time you were pulling up, like, throwing up blood and all that cool stuff.
Yeah, that's true too. That's what I'm saying. It's the bottom of the barrel, man. It's just, oh god damn. So I set to come up with some stuff for this episode that I wanted to get excited and invigorated about, and it was such a fun experiment that two things happened. One, I became an inventor, and I have created what I think is a revolutionary product I would like to share with you guys. And two, I became an artist, and I think I've created an avenue for a future of art. So I would like to share these two things with you, if you don't mind, and if no one else has any more pressing business.
No, I'd like to see. Are these connected in any way? Or are these two separate ventures?
They are separate, but one could argue they're connected on a theme. Okay. So let me preface it. I'll take this back a little bit. I was having this conversation where I thought, like, what am I going to do between now and next face to really to bring it like the guys have done, like Andrew's done, or Raymond has done every week with the shit that he makes up, and how Gavin has been able to just like coast by without really doing anything, even signing the goddamn baseball cards, which the merch team has been begging us for Gavin to do. But it doesn't even matter. Because Gavin, he's the boy with the golden hands, as his grandfather said. As I tend to do, I have these creative like sessions on my bicycle, right? So I was like, I got to get on my bike and I got to run out there and I got to figure out what I'm going to do between face and face. And I was like, oh, fucking! Right as I was about to get on the bike, I realized I was hungry.
It's like a law firm.
Yeah, exactly. Face and face. So I was like, oh, I should grab some food before I go. And I looked around, and there was nothing that I could eat on my bicycle. But then I saw like a candy bracelet, because I had bought a bunch of candy bracelets at the dollar store the other day. You know what I'm talking about, candy bracelets, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I feel like
I slapped a candy bracelet on my wrist, and I went off on my bicycle. About halfway down, I remember on my ride, I realized that the candy bracelet was still there. And I thought, that's kind of convenient. I can eat the candy without getting off my bicycle, right? And so I was able to eat the entire candy bracelet while riding without slowing down, without reducing my pace, without anything. And I thought, what a shame that I was able to provide sustenance for myself without even slowing down or breaking my stride on my bike.
Were you leading your hand up to your mouth, or were you hunching down to your wrist while riding?
It's an excellent question, Gavin, and I'm glad you asked it. And I have some documentation that can answer that for you. However, so we'll get to that. Anyway, in this moment, I thought, I wish that I could continue this bike ride, but still feel like I got the sugar rush. It's over, and now I'm worse off than before. As G.I. Joe told you, eat a banana, not a candy bar. You'll have energy longer, right? So I was like, I had the quick rush of the sugar, but I was bummed that I didn't have something more substantial. And then it struck me, what we need to be able to do as a society, and this is all right, you guys are going to have to, an audience, all this will go up on the Instagram, Face Pod is what it's called, so that you can play along with me. I thought there's got to be a better way to combine the convenience of jewelry and the raw power of beef. Combine the convenience of hand jewelry with bovine energy. And that's when I landed on the beef bracelet. You see, what I've done in this photo, and I apologize for my skin looking a little ashy, it's still beaten up from being scraped across I-35 for a couple hundred feet. I'm still a little under the weather physically. The beef bracelet, what I've done here, I made a prototype, right? I took the string from a candy bracelet, and then I cut up like a Slim Jim, and then I combined it around and created a bracelet of beef. And let me tell you, boys, it worked. Now, here's why I'm telling you. I would like you to consider investing in face beef bracelets. And I don't want to stop there because I got to thinking, that's good. That's convenient. I can ride my bike. I can eat beef. I don't have to stop. I don't have to slow down. It doesn't have to impede my life in any way. But that's not a lot of beef. What am I going to do? I'm going to end up with like 17 bracelets. I could do that, or I could go for the big beef bracelet. I made a second prototype, that's right, with chunks, like huge chunks of beef jerky. So if you don't want a snack, you want a meal, it's right there on your hand.
I can already envision the commercial as Jeff riding his bike and there's 6 dogs running after him.
Beef bracelet. All right, I'm glad you mentioned the dogs. That we're going to get into that because that is a area for concern. Here's what I thought. Why stop at beef, right? This is a whole product line. So I tried a lot of stuff to put on a bracelet. And I'll be honest with you, it's hard. What goes well with beef? Cheese, right? Beef and cheese. I'll be damned if I could get cheese to stay on my wrist for anything, any kind of cheese. I gave up. And then it struck me, I'm overthinking it. What do people like about beef? They like that it's salty. So what happens when you combine sweet and salty? You get sweet and salty beef bracelet. I already had the answer right there in front of me. You just combine the candy necklace or the candy bracelet with the beef bracelet, and you've got both. You've got a sweet and salty bite all at once, and you're getting your energy, and you're like scratching that sweet tooth urge, and you're building up your protein, and you're going to be in the best shape of your life. You're going to be the most extreme mountain biker, swimmer. Oh, that's another great thing, right? It's a bit of a problem for the sweet and salty. Candy bracelets, they will melt in the rain. However, beef is rain resistant. You can wear this sucker in the ocean if you want to. What, is your beef going to get saltier?
What do you eat? You want to eat a load of wet beef?
No, I don't want to, but I'm saying you can if you have to.
I like that you went from, like, you pressed stop last week and you're like, oh. Hard cut to you stapling and gluing beef to your arm. How has that taken place? Look at the state of that picture. It looks foul. It looks disgusting.
Well, I think I'll say thank you.
Oh my God.
I support this.
And then I wanted to, I have one more for you guys too, right? So okay. I thought I need to make a commercial. Now, I don't have the money. Oh, these files are too powerful. They're more than 8 megs. I can't show it to you.
You could text, maybe.
Yeah, or the Slack.
Okay, I'll Slack it to face. So I filmed, just to give you guys a clue of what I'm talking about, and this goes back to what Gavin was saying about, like, do I hunch my head down or do I bring my arm up? I created a video to show how it works. Now, when you watch the video, you'll have to take into consideration that what I'm actually eating is, because I didn't have the beef bracelet on me at the time, I'm using a bracelet that says fart on it that Millie made for me, and I'm using that to pantomime eating, how the motion works. Then what we'll do when we get some money, like when you guys invest and other people invest, we'll rotoscope in some beef.
Okay, I'm going to watch this now.
Yeah.
Yeah, watch it.
Okay. Yeah, he's one-handed it. He's bringing the wrist up to his mouth. He's having a little snack. Obviously, this is just the model prototype. Doesn't contain any beef. Yeah, I can see that. It's Jeff pretending to eat beads.
Yeah. You know what's great about that, too? It's so safe. I was filming that whole thing with my left hand. I didn't have any hands on the bike. When you're eating a beef bracelet, you only need one hand. I was able to do it. I was able to continue without either. It's going to be twice as safe for you because you're not going to be filming yourself eating a beef bracelet. You're just going to be eating it and riding it. Boom. Beef bracelet.
Imagine him getting wheeled off on a stretcher. It's like, oh, what happened? Oh, I couldn't eat the beef and hold the camera at the same time.
Could you imagine Jeff's bike fall with the beef bracelet on, adding that to the story, his beef launching everywhere?
All this thing is, for me, is... I guess it's like if you die out in the world, it just attracts the ravens sooner. I think that's all this bracelet achieves.
Here's the one problem I need to solve for. And I feel like we need to do some workshopping, and I could use your help. I'm bringing this to the face council so that we can investigate this. I think there's a lot of money in it for us. I mean, just think about the athleisure wear industry. You make an attractive beef bracelet that goes along with your Lululemons. It's a license to print money. However, Gavin hit on the main drawback that I have with this is angry dogs. I'm not sure. Now, an angry dog can be a motivator. If a dog is chasing you because of your beef bracelet and you're on a bike, you're going to ride faster. So, I mean, I guess it could be considered beneficial in that way, but I don't know if we need to make in conjunction like an anti-dog and anti-bear spray, or I don't know. I'm open to hearing what the council has to say.
I think there are a variety of options. Maybe how easy is it to rip a piece of beef off the bracelet if you need to throw it, create a little bit of space for yourself? Maybe an emergency release button or pull somehow if you need to evac the bracelet.
But here's the thing with the little the candy bracelet is that you lean down or you bring your wrist up and you crunch one off. You don't sink your teeth in and then pull away like you'd have to do with beef. Surely, if you're one-handed beef eating off your own wrist, you're going to pull the bit of beef off, it snaps the string, and 6 pieces of beef go flying in every direction.
I can understand how you would be concerned about that, but I can tell you in practice with my prototypes, that is not a concern.
And what's the state of your wrist after you've eaten candy and beef off your wrist?
That's delicious.
It
smells fragrant.
Sticky, though? Bit messy?
A little sticky, maybe. Yeah. But, I mean, so am I. I've been riding my bike for 30 miles without stopping because I didn't have to take a break to eat a beef jerky.
Do you think this is only for high-performance athletes, Jeff? You don't?
I think it could be for anyone. I think it can be for anyone who cares about sustenance and they don't want to break a stride while they're working out.
I guess the problem is, everyday person, they're not restricted to holding handlebars.
Yeah. It's more of it's a convenience. If you could wear your food, wouldn't you want to? I would.
I would wear the beef bracelet. Even if it wasn't, I just like the look. I think there's a certain vibe you're giving off with the beef bracelet that is unique to the market.
I just feel like if I was riding a bike, I could much more easily pull a Slim Jim out from my jacket pocket and eat it.
And then open it up, or are you going to have a dirty Slim Jim rolling around in there collecting pocket lint? Then you're eating a bunch of fuzz, dude. No, and you're not going to want to open up a Slim Jim while you're riding your bike. That's harder than filming yourself eating a Slim Jim. I've done it.
What if I just pre-open the Slim Jim, shove it behind my ear, and then eat it as I go? Just put it back up there.
Man, stop trying to poke holes. Just let me make us rich, dickhead.
No. Or sunglasses with tubular ear rims that you can shove a Slim Jim on each one, and you just see them sticking out a little bit past your eyes. And then you
you want to build listen, I'm not opposed to that in tandem.
What about
this? Could be a whole suite of products, and if you want to make sunglasses, beef jerky holder, I don't think that's a bad idea. I think that those two, I don't think they have to work against each other. I think they can work in tandem.
What about you, Andrew?
Jeff, I got a solution for this. I think you're narrowing in on the wrist a little bit too much. We get a hat, we get some fishing line, we drape it down the front of the hat. You don't even need to move your head. You just kind of tilt it, let it fall in your mouth, bite, and go.
Like one of those Australian cork hats.
Yeah, but you look like an asshole. Nobody notices that you've got an asshole with the beef you look bracelet. No, you don't. You just look like a dude with a bracelet.
No, I think we got to fully lean into this combination of clothing accessory that's also edible in part.
I'm all about that. I just think that the beef bracelet is a great starting point, right?
Also, it is.
You start with one chia pet and then you franchise out to every kind of head on earth. Right? We start with something simple that people can wrap their teeth and their brain around, a beef bracelet, and then we go beef hats. We go beef how about, how people wear what's his name? Fucking Brett Favre is always like, wear copper. It makes your elbow hurt less. What if we made beef arm braces? And then you can use it to protect yourself while you play football. And then if you get a little hungry, just there's a million ways we can take it.
I don't think I want to eat sweaty beef is a thing I'd want to avoid.
Dude, that beef was sweating way back when it was alive. What do you care?
I just feel like the bottom of my wrist, if you walk into somewhere, you sign in, your beef is going to be smearing on their table. It's not going to be hygienic. I don't know. I can't remember the last time I signed in somewhere.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry. Are you going to be signing in to ride your mountain bike? Like, what do you... I'm not telling you to wear it to the dentist.
But also, you have to take it off to dump. You can't be shoving your beef down the toilet while you wipe.
You're not... This is for bike riding, not shitting. You're not... It's not for extreme shitting.
Okay, so you only put
it's
it
for
on...
if you're hanging out. It's like if you're hanging off a fucking side of a cliff. Mountain climbing, like my cousin or whatever. And you're like... I'm 1,000 feet from anywhere, and I'm fucking hungry, and I have to be so careful about what I put in my pockets because I have to have all the right shit. Oh, thank God I had the beef bracelet on. I probably just saved my own life.
I'd be willing to try it. I'd give it a go.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate your openness.
Have you attempted using both wrists? It feels like you're really loading up on one. I think I'd almost want my sweet on the left wrist.
Oh yeah,
salty on the right.
Get the dessert on the other wrist.
Yeah,
I like where you're going with that. I did. Yeah. There was a prototype that was an all cheese one for my left wrist, and in addition to the cheese and beef combo, it just didn't work. But I think that they're. This is me in my kitchen, right? Mad sciencing this. When we get labs involved and professional distributors, they're going to be able to figure out ways to streamline and to make these things work for both wrists.
I feel like maybe 3 little pots on the front of your handlebars with different sauces would go well with this. And you have a little wrist dunk, maybe in some mustard. Another one got a little bit of horseradish or something if we're sticking with the beef theme. I think that'd be pretty good.
Now that's
a good idea. I like that. I'd say the other problem that we have with this so far is that you haven't actually done anything. You've just applied other products to your wrist that people make. You don't really own any of this. You got a candy bracelet. Well, like you got your candy section.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I see what you're saying. For someone else.
Yeah. No,
you don't have any way to source any of these products yourself. You're just buying Slim Jims and putting them on your wrist
for prototypes. But you are technically correct. I have an answer for that. I do have a dehydrator. I can make my own jerky. Yeah.
Wow.
If I want to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's not out of reach for me, man. That's yeah. You pickle, I dehydrate. Will be a perfect combo. Anyway,
yeah.
Obviously there are issues. I'm not going to be producing the shit out of my house, Like I don't think
you just said you were.
I don't think that Jim has a Slim Jim line in his living room, I'll snap into it somewhere in a warehouse, but I'm just trying to get the idea out there so you guys can wrap your heads around it, buy into it, hopefully bite into it, and invest in this really exciting new product that I think it could be a big boon financially for Rooster Teeth and kface.
You know how they shave off the kebab meat in nice strips? I think that'd make quite a good tie.
Very easy to dip too. That's what I like about the tie. I would have length. Just do a little bend over, dip it in.
I dip by accident when I wear a tie. It always gets in your food.
I like that.
I think this is a great idea.
I think that.
Food as an adult isn't as fun as it should be. You kind of lose all the fun food items. You grow out of it. I really like the idea of the fun bracelet, the dipping. There's a lot of joy to be had in this product line. I would certainly invest.
Maybe if you're really hungry, there's some sort of big steak gauntlet.
This is why I took it to you guys, because you guys are similarly visionaries, and you guys can take and help me get this over the finish line, so we can make something that's greater than the sum of our parts together. I'm so fucking excited to be working on beef bracelet with you guys. I'm so fucking excited to be working on beef tie or shawarma tie, whatever it is. I'm jazzed, man. I'm really fucking jazzed. I'm really excited. I think that 2021 is going to be bright for us.
Do you have a name for the product? Is my only question.
You're looking at it, my friend. Beef bracelet.
No, yeah, but you can't have a beef bracelet and not have, what if we want to do chicken? What if we want to do chicken? Is it just we're going to change the name of it?
I mean, bracelet works with beef, though. It works with, brisket bracelet also works.
Yeah, brisket bracelet.
It just narrows in what it is. I feel like we should have a product name that kind of could cover all possible food items.
Did you have an idea?
No, not at all. I was thinking we're kind of narrowing in on beef bracelet. I love the beef bracelet, but it would be nice to have some form of name that would maybe expand across other items.
Unifarm.
Especially if we want to do hats. Unifarm? I don't mind Unifarm. I think Unifarm could work.
Unifarm is not bad. All right, we're going to put a pin in that. Tentatively, beef bracelet is a product of Unifarm.
It's like Unilever, how they own almost every they're the overseeing company.
Oh Oh man, you guys have warmed my heart being so receptive to this idea. You have no idea. I was, when you're in the lab, as they say, creating, you don't know, and I wanted it, and it's a difficult situation where I want to reach out to you two, my chief creative partners in life, and get your feedback, but I can't do it because then that fucks up. It fucks up the
great
efficacy of the podcast, right? And so it just makes it a little bit harder. So you say, like, I've been sitting on beef bracelet for a week, just worrying that this wasn't a good idea. And to hear
does that
you
make
guys
it taste better?
Adopt it. So yeah, it does. The salt is a little bit sweeter today. Yeah,
I want to know because I feel like we're all in. Like Andrew and I, obviously, we want to point out the flaws. We want to get involved even more. Eric is usually the downer of the podcast. Is usually the one based in realism. Eric, what are your thoughts on beef bracelet?
Yeah. Eric and Nick, feel free to hop in too.
I'm all for it. I say go for it. I think Jeff keeps talking about high performance athletes and his bike, and I don't know if I'm on board with calling that bike a bike for high performance athletes. I think that we still haven't solved the quick release problem for any dogs that might come after you. However, those are just issues that can be solved later once it's out of beta. That's what we need to take the Apple route. We need to sell this now to people so they buy it, they test it for us, paid beta testing, and then we come out with Beef Bracelet 2.0 and it's got all the bells and whistles. So I say yay. I'm in favor.
Wow.
Eric, I am so glad to have you on board. What a visionary. Nick,
I'm excited.
Nick, I would like to hear your affirmations as well.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Oh, this is exciting.
That's for 5 for 5.
What is the company name for? So we have Unifarm is our pin name. Is this a Rooster Teeth product? Is it our own product? What is this?
Maybe it's not the Rooster Teeth store.
It could be. It's a good point. How do we get people?
Do you think Unifarm being based on uniform? Do you think that's too it reminds people too much of work though? Or school?
You think the beef bracelet will remind people of their professional lives?
I want to see if you could actually fit 3 courses on your body.
That's actually a good point.
Like a salad.
Yeah.
The nice thing about this is that the audience is going to help out. They always provide insights. They'll have somebody out there is going to have a brilliant idea for a name or some avenue we haven't even thought of yet. And that I'm excited. I'm just excited for that. I'm excited to breathe this idea out into the world and then see the world change and become a better place because of, in some small way, because of us.
There is a lot of food that I like that is annoying to eat. Like you definitely can't eat on the go. Yeah, I feel like this got some legs.
Thanks, man. And in those legs, we're gonna put eatable pants. Yeah.
Those pictures, they look so disgusting. I'm not sure if it's because of your injured hand mixed with the rubber bands and all the tattoo and just the meat all over it. It's a very fleshy picture.
Yeah, it is. I agree.
The Slim Jim it makes me fearful of you. If I saw somebody walk out with a Slim Jim bracelet, I do not mess with that guy.
That could be another benefit too, personal security. That's something to think about.
If someone's willing to wear a beef bracelet, you don't know what they're capable of.
They're capable of a lot. They're capable of they've got beef fist. You don't want to fuck with them. Would have been that much work. I had a similar event happen to me yesterday. I clued you guys into it a little bit.
No.
Was it yesterday or the day before yesterday?
It was.
And at first, I looked at it as a terrible, terrible event. But then I was able to reframe it and see that there was a way to make lemonade out of that anal lemon. And I'm really excited to share that with you guys right now, if you would so indulge.
I just want to say there's no magic in what you're about to do.
Oh, I think that there is. First off, the world has been asking, Jeff, we loved Beef Bracelet. We loved it. It was the best. What are you going to follow up Beef Bracelet with? We want to know. We can't wait. And I'm like, it doesn't work that way. Inspiration has to strike, right? Sometimes it has to strike at your lowest, most painful, embarrassing moments. Like, let me just say inspiration struck. And here's how. The other day, I was riding my bike. I got up. I've been riding my bike on a tear. Gavin, I went with you and Trevor the other day. We had a lot of fun riding bikes. Since then, I've averaged more than one bike ride a day. The other day, I got up. I went for a 27-mile bike ride. First thing in the morning. Then I had a full day, had a great productive day at work. And then Millie's with her mom this week, and Emily was working late, and I was kind of home alone and bored. And I thought, oh, I'm going to go for another bike ride because I feel pretty good. And I currently have like gallons of Tiger Balm Ultra because my lower back has been hurting a bit, and so I've been slathering it on lately. Something that also happens is that I'm aware of, and if you ride a lot of bikes, you'll understand this. If you ride your bike, 50 miles in a day, it makes your butthole hurt, like the seat of your butt. It makes your where your butt flap hurt, right?
Yeah.
And it makes it really sore. And so I thought, you know what? Before I get on this fucking bike, I'm going to big brain this. I have all this Tiger Balm Ultra. I put it on my spine all night long to help me out there.
Wait.
I'm going to rub it on my butt cheeks so that they don't ever get sore.
I've lost so much sympathy for your situation. This is not...
Okay.
So wait, it's the cheeks that hurt.
So my butt cheeks, I'm getting there. So when you ride the bike too much, I was anticipating a butt cheek hurt. So I put the Tiger Balm on my butt cheeks. Then I hopped on my bike. My butt was humming. It was on fire in a good way. You know what it's like. I was loving it. And so I start pedaling, and I'm having a great time. And it's it's Austin, and it's 5 p.m, which is like the hottest part of the day in Austin. So it's like 118 or whatever. And after about 6 or 7 minutes, I start to sweat. And that's when all of the sweat on my body poured across my butt cheeks and then into my butthole. And with it, it brought the furious pain of 1,000 cuts into my anus.
Wait.
It must have been a half a gallon of Tiger Balm in liquid form went right into my butthole.
This happened while you were riding?
It was while I was 3 miles. I rode. It was, well, I'll tell you, I did 22 miles that ride. So 22 and a half miles. So because I did an even 50. Yeah. So
why is your anus not facing down though? It sounds like it's defying gravity.
I was like 3 minutes in, or like 3 miles in when it started to hurt, and then and as you know with me, I'm not gonna stop the bike ride. When I wrecked that day in the ice, I didn't stop the bike ride. I plugged the holes with mud and ice, and I kept riding, right? So I was like, I can't turn around now. That would be admitting defeat. I'm just gonna grin and fucking get through it. And I'm texting you guys while I'm riding, and sharing my pain with you. And it just gets worse and worse. And then I didn't even tell you guys this part. Then a realization hit me. After everything kind of like, it gets hot, and like tingly, and then it kind of goes numb, then I realized, what does Icy Hot do? What does Tiger Balm do when it soothes your muscles, your sore, tense muscles? It releases them. It makes them numb, and then it makes them not tense. And then I thought, I have numbed and unleashed, I've numbed and untensed my asshole.
You got to plug that hole with mud,
right
Jeff.
after the shower incident.
Right after the shower incident, where I shit. Which, by the way, Emily had so much fun telling you guys all the gross details last night. And then I'm sweating, so I'm just wet. I'm just hot and wet everywhere. And I'm thinking, is my butthole leaking? Am I just leaking ass juice? Am I pooping as I ride? And I thought, I'm just not going to look down. I'm just not going to look down, and I'm just going to finish my ride, and I'll just figure it out when I get home.
It's like the end of Die Hard 2, where he knocks the gas cap off the plane and then lights on fire. Jeff's just leaving a shit trail on his bike.
Yeah. I mean, maybe I was, maybe I wasn't. I don't know. And I rode all around Town Lake, and I thought, well, as long as nobody, at least I'm looking at people eye to eye. I don't have to see their reaction when they see behind me, right? And I'm riding fast, so it's like I just got to get through this. And so
were you trying to clench, or is it the clench that you couldn't feel, or you don't? Know
I couldn't
if you
feel.
were
I couldn't feel. I couldn't feel. I didn't know if I was clenching or not.
So you could have been clenching, but you just didn't.
Yeah,
know.
it's like when you sleep on your arm wrong and you wake up and you have no control over your arm for 45 seconds. That's what Icy Hot does to your butthole, or in this case, Tiger Balm. And so I just didn't know my butthole was asleep. Like my ring was asleep for, it's 2 hours or however long I was on the bike ride.
Wait.
Maybe it was about an hour. The whole ride was about an hour and a half. So I'm probably about an hour and 15 minutes, maybe an hour and 10. Anyway, got home, and just so you guys know, I ran straight to the shower, and I was completely clean, totally fine. And at some point, it stopped hurting. And I'll also say, my butt cheeks never hurt the entire time. Like that 50-mile bike ride, and I've been on 2 bike rides since then, butt cheeks have been fine all week. So in the end, it worked. Now, that's not my reframing.
It clearly didn't work. What do you mean it worked?
Also, you said
my butt cheeks never hurt.
You said you're perfectly clean. You had like a paste of sweat and Tiger Balm all over your anus.
Well, yeah. I mean, I had sweat. I rode a bike for 2 hours in the sun. Of course, I didn't have shit on me. I didn't have poopies anywhere. I didn't have diarrhea. I didn't leave a trail of poop breadcrumbs like I did in the fucking hotel in Vegas. None of that. It was just that part was clean. But anyway, through the course of talking to you guys, and I was telling you guys I needed relief. Andrew, you recommended I put milk in my butt because that's what you do with jalapenos, right? You drink milk. So that time that I got jalapenos on my dick, I stuck my dick in milk, and that did help. I think I told you that story once, or maybe it was on a different podcast. And I was like, yeah, but how am I going to put milk in my butthole? And then you were like, well, you could take a milk bath. And I was like, dude, I got another 20 miles of this bike ride to go. I ain't going to be doing that anytime soon. And I also, who's got enough milk to fill a bathtub? Certainly not me. But anyway, in the course of that, inspiration struck, and I came up with what I think is, and Nick has heard none of this, so I'll get his unfiltered opinion, which I'm really excited about. I came up with an idea for a product. I'm just gonna go ahead and, without saying it, I'm just gonna go ahead and post the images. I made a logo for it. I'll do that one first.
Oh no!
And then I made like a tagline, and I did some photography for it. And here's the product. How do I attach an image?
That's horrifying.
Upload file.
It looks like a parsnip.
It looks like
you guys can see it.
an icicle to me.
Good. Okay, I present to you the Too Spicy Icy. This is an all-dairy product. What I have done is I took a turkey baster, and I took the top off, and I filled the turkey baster. Well, I taped the bottom of it. Then I filled it with milk, pure milk.
No!
And then I stuck a stick in it, and I froze it. And what I've created is a long cylindrical device I call the Too Spicy Icy. If you have a sore butthole because maybe you ate spicy food last night, I know I do that all the time. Maybe you had some Memphis hot chicken, or maybe you had some extra spicy jalapenos on your nachos, or maybe you rubbed Tiger Balm all up in your asshole. I know how to solve it. You can take this all dairy product and shove it gently into you. It will cool you and has the added benefit of, think about this. What does milk do for you guys? What does it do for you?
Strengthens
it builds strong bones and a healthy smile. What's the most important bone in your body? Your spine? What a fucking awesome way to get a calcium injection right up your spine. It's going to make you stronger. It's going to take away your butt pain, and it goes even better because here's the next image.
Oh, no.
Here's the next image. Oh, I like this one. I'm really excited about this one. From the fine folks at Unifarm, let the milk from our cows soothe your anus owls. See, and there's a picture of a cow in the snow. This is great for a couple of reasons, right? That's a catchy slogan. Let the milk from our cows soothe your anus owls. And we barely have talked about it, but as you know from Beef Bracelet, which is a subsidiary of Face Industries, which is a subsidiary of Fluke Face, which is a subsidiary of a highly secretive, very rarely talked about, but often alluded to company called Unifarm, combining the fabric of the farm with the power of one. Unifarm. This is another perfect Unifarm product. We make the milk that we freeze that you put in you. And because I had so much fun last time making the video for, I made a spec video to show how we would promote and how Beef Bracelet would work, I made a little commercial for you guys. So I'm going to submit here's a video for you to watch. It's real short. Oh, my file's too powerful. How do I do this? All right, I'll put it in, here's what I'll do. I'll put it in
You're going to Slack it?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll slack.
Oh my.
Are you done with images?
I'm done with images.
Every time you have another image, I'm waiting to see you with a popsicle in your ass, and I really don't want to see it. So I'm glad.
Then
we
watch this
progressed.
video.
Oh no.
All right, it's uploading. Oh, there it is.
Okay, I gotta go to Slack.
My butthole sure does hurt from all that spicy food I had yesterday. Oh well, I guess I'll suffer in silence. Wait, there's a better way. The too spicy icy. I can fix this problem right now with the power of dairy. Soothing.
Oh god.
Oh, there's so many flaws with this plan.
The turkey baster shape is awful
is.
because it's pointed at the end. It just looks like a milk spike. It looks like the last
right.
thing I would want anywhere near my anus.
So I understand what you're saying, and I think that the different people are going to have different anal tastes for that kind of thing. I get that. I also think that there's room for us to consider making, and I don't have one at home, so I couldn't make a prototype of it easily, but to kind of consider making like a pacifier that you could just kind of pop in, right? And that kind of cradles your butthole. Video is uploaded. I would like you to please watch it now.
All right, watching it.
I'll watch it too.
It's so long. Firstly, it's way too long to...
It's only 37 seconds.
No, not lengthened video. The ice freaking spike would skewer the back of your anus. It would hit the bend in your intestines.
That's gonna get you. No, see, that's the nice thing about it is it's gonna come with and I'm glad that you brought that up. We're gonna make it like people are different sizes. So what you do is you sell a one size fits all, but then we include what I'd like to call, it's almost like a cigar cutter, right? And then you can cut it to the length of your preferred anal depth.
It's awful.
Yeah, so you just go like cut, 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 cut. You can just cut it down to the size that works for you. And I'll be honest with you. I'm being totally honest. I said I think that might be the best video I've ever made in my life. I'm so happy with it. I'm so proud of it. I feel like I've done such a good job of relaying what's happening and how fucking relieved and soothed I am without being graphic.
It looks like one of Wolverine's claws before the adamantium.
I like that you brought up, Gavin, that it is going to just stab your anus, and Jeff's response of, listen, I hear you. But... you didn't solve anything. You just created a new problem and then created an even worse solution for that problem.
And it's just going to freezer burn your sensitive anus skin. It's just going to shred your ass from the cold and from the spike. It's probably second to a knife in terms of things that you should put up your ass.
Well, I don't know. We're gonna have to focus test it. I think that might be a little harsh. I think that you might find that there are a lot of people who would appreciate the soothing nature of dairy.
I could just, like, as soon as it goes in, it's like anally licking a pole in the winter. It just gets stuck. Like you have a milk tail.
I think you're also forgetting how warm it is inside your butthole. That's why people check temperatures there. It's going to melt very quickly. It might melt as fast as you kind of put it in.
It's like the worst Survivor challenge. When people stand over a plate.
You just have to show Jeff the stick at the end.
Show me the stick.
Jeff, I think...
Now I will say that stick I would not recommend the stick I used. I used a skewer. Like
you put a skewer.
What do you mean you're trying to sell it?
Inside
what
the
are you
ice
talking
skewer,
about?
you put a real skewer. What?
Well, that's all I had. That's why I'm saying it's a prototype.
Never make anything.
That's all I had.
Make anything
we'll use a rounded. I love everything I've made. These are fantastic products. I already asked Aaron yesterday if we can sell frozen products.
No one wants that.
You don't know that yet. The audience hasn't responded. I'm telling you, there's 7.5 billion people on Earth. I can't be the only one that sees the value in this.
You don't even like milk.
No, I don't. I don't like milk at all.
Are we gonna?
That's an excellent point. But you know what I do like? Thanks for asking. I like lactose-free milk because that lets me eat cereal again without having the tummy aches, right? We've talked about that. That's why I have all the Captain Crunch now, thanks to Andrew. You'll notice in the gorgeous picture that I created for the Too Spicy Icy logo, there is both milk, there's both lactose-full and lactose-free milk displayed, giving the impression that we would make a lactose-free option for people like myself.
What about chocolate? Is there going to be like a chocolate version of this? Can we have a variety of flavor? Like, what is the end goal?
Well,
How much can Unifarm offer?
I think it's gonna become chocolate on its own. By
Jeff, do you think you can tell what % milk it is by shoving it in your asshole frozen?
I don't think so.
The worst magic trick.
I think the only thing you could take from it is the grip level. I also love this product picture. It's so small on the plate.
Well, I wanted to fit the pretty flower bouquet and then the milk, the 3 different kinds of milk in as well.
How?
That's why I zoomed in and put it on the right. It took me a while to cut that out.
On the side. The main picture is it's a white thing on a white plate on a white counter, and it's about 15% of the image.
Yeah, but like think of it poster size. It would really stand out. Like if we made posters, 24 by 36 posters, it would it would pop.
Oh my
Can we put this on a billboard somewhere? No context. Just
I don't know why we can't. I think it's a great idea. I think it's a great idea. We should put it on a billboard. I own that image, and I smudged out the HEB logo on all the milks.
Yeah, let's put it on a billboard and see if anyone knows what it is. See, it should have a number. Like, call if you think you know what this is.
Call to order now, and then just see what the calls are.
Listen, the other people going on their way to work be like, hey, did you see that Too Spicy Icy billboard? What do you think that is?
I wish we had like a comment leaver in the audience who was like, I don't know, a billionaire and who was occasionally like just gonna do that, you know?
Well, that's what I'm saying. We should waste all of the sponsor money on stuff like this.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Instead of relying on the made-up billionaire to do it. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, take the company money.
If you show this to 100 people, what percentage do you think realizes that this is an anal product? 0. There's nothing about this. You would never think that. You would never make that leap.
I love that you're saying this. I'm right there with you. That's part of the strength of it, right? Can't catch you by surprise.
No, it's not. I didn't mean
catch
this
you
as a
off
positive.
guard. Yeah, no, it is a positive. You're right. It's all about perspective, Andrew. We discussed this. Magic is in the air, buddy. Magic is in the air.
We could put this on the Instagram and just type, like, where does this go? And see what people think. Or, like, what is this for?
Do you think, now, is the spicy... what is it?
Too Spicy Icy.
Too spicy icy.
Yeah.
Could you just use that as a popsicle? Like, it doesn't have to be an anal thing, right?
Well,
like
I wouldn't put it... Well, yeah, I mean, if you wanted a milk popsicle, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
But that's not what it's designed for.
I don't think it's designed for what you're saying it's designed for. It's on a skewer, and it's as sharp as a knife.
I think I designed it, Andrew, and I know what I designed it for.
I think you did a horrible job. You didn't solve any problem. Like,
what problems did you solve today, sir? At least I tried.
I didn't have any problems.
At least I identified a need in the world.
I watched Survivor perfectly fine. My power stayed intact.
Oh, now you're going to brag about your awesome Canadian power.
Yeah, I will.
Well, anyway, that's my next product. I can't promise when I'll have a third, but, Unifarm's cranking away. I'm going to start talking to some distributors. If you're interested in investing, I have a lead on a new product. I'm not very far along. I can tease it a little bit, but I have identified that one problem with this product could be milk residue and what to do with it, milk leakage. So I'm thinking if you could create like a pair of milk pants that absorbs and recycles the milk, kind of like the Atreyu, like Paul Atreyu's outfit in Dune, where it like recycled all the pee and sweat into like drinkable water. Like if we could maybe come out with a way to filter the milk leakage into, I don't know, you could water plants with it or something. Anyway, but we're working on that. And anyway, if you're interested in investing, just let me know.
Could I potentially enhance the product, Jeff? Just slightly.
Always. Always.
That's what I want to
hear.
I feel like this
is
hear some
a much enthusiasm
better design. Zero enthusiasm. I don't think this should exist. But if you're going to make it, I feel like that's a much better scale and option. You can wear it. It fits within the Unifarm, as Gavin said, not wearable. But you got that.
I like that. That's what that is you
Use
posted
a ring
pop. I think a ring pop is very similar to a pacifier, which is what I was saying earlier, and that's a great direction to go with it. Thanks. I appreciate it. I agree with you.
Because it's not as deep and there's an easy way to get it out.
Yeah.
And it's also a little wider, for a heftier person. Not all buttholes are the same size, so,
I don't think anything needs to go past the sphincter. I think it's all surface level tingles and numbness.
Yeah.
I don't think anything needs to go inside your anus. It's just the end of the anus that feels the spice.
I don't know,
Like,
man.
you don't feel the spice.
I feel like I felt
6 inches up.
I felt like I felt it pretty deep yesterday or day before.
How many inches up the asshole?
maybe like an inch up.
Now,
Maybe a ring pop's the way then.
Yeah.
taking it back to the beginning of this, I'd love to hear Eric and Gavin's thoughts. So we got a text leading into this of Jeff just saying that he got Tiger Balm in his asshole. What did you imagine the context of that was? Did you think, did you put any thought into it? I thought it was a thing where, he applied it to a part of his body, didn't fully remove it from his finger, and then, wiped his ass and accidentally got it.
I thought it'd be like when you eat something spicy and you accidentally touch your eye.
Yeah. No, exactly. That's what I assumed. I never would have guessed that this happened in the middle of a bike ride and was a solution for numbing. The fact that he applied it to the ass area is shocking.
Oh, you didn't realize I had done that?
No, I assumed it was much more accidental. I lost all sympathy for you and your problem.
It was an accident. It was an accident.
No, but you put the Tiger Balm in a danger zone and you paid the price. You played with fire and it happened. It wasn't like it was where it was supposed to be.
Listen, first off, I don't know that it matters how it got there.
It absolutely
does. What matters is that it's there and that I'm dealing with it and suffering in the moment. Who cares how it happened?
I don't. And to call it a fix, it's like you burnt your hands, put on gloves, and then burnt the rest of your body and was like, I fixed the issue. My hands are fine. It's like, what are you talking about?
I don't think that's accurate at all. What? Huh?
It's ridiculous.
How does that make? It makes no sense.
I don't
you
even
burn
know.
your butthole. You put It's the same thing I put my dick in when I got jalapeno juice on it.
I know.
I assume it's going to work exactly the same.
That was just liquid milk, though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Were you just dunking your cock and balls in a cup?
Yeah.
So what's stopping you from just sticking your legs either side of your head and just pouring a shot of milk into your ring?
That's essentially what I'm doing, but it's a lot less messy the way I'm doing it. Do you have a milk funnel for your butthole?
What specifically?
What? I also don't have an ice cube tray.
Don't touch that. That's my butthole funnel.
You don't need one because you'll buy the product from me. You're not making it yourself. You're buying it from me or from Diller, we'll probably buy it from CVS or HEB or wherever, Randall's, whatever grocery store you go to. Probably have some sort of I would assume maybe like a linens and things or like Bed Bath and Beyond. I could see us being there.
I'm just
Whole
much
Foods.
more on board with Andrew's ring pop.
Yeah.
Sting pop.
The Sting pop I like that. The too spicy icy plug, Nick said, is good as well. Sting pop. I think what we do is we workshop names, all about that. I also, I do kind of like the jewel shape of it though. I hope ring pop doesn't have.
Is it the Bellagio in Vegas that has that fountain and outside of it that shoots the water up? I'm just imagining that with milk.
Yeah, that's what we could do for our launch party.
17 dudes squatting over it.
I think the end of Ocean's 11 significantly better.
Oh. Anyway, what do you guys got?
I don't know how to follow that up, Jeff.
Well, what about your homework, Andrew? Oh, Eric's got a question.
Oh, Eric has a question. Yes, sir.
Just quickly, and then we can move on to Andrew's homework. You said specifically that this was to stop your Tiger Balm burn. Is that right?
In this instance, yes, it would be to soothe the Tiger Balm burn. But I also then immediately realized that when I have too spicy food, my butthole burns in a similar way. And so I think that it would work for that as well.
Does milk help ice like Tiger Balm?
I don't know. I figured that we would find out, but it definitely helps jalapeno burn.
Right. And Nick is sort of driving at what I was kind of wanting to know is, did you test this?
Oh, no. No. By the time
you should.
I feel like
by the time I got the milk frozen, I felt fine.
Oh, what did you do to soothe the burn?
I waited it out.
Oh, you just waited.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I like the idea of this. It's not. It's the pain is over so soon that you don't have time to pour the milk and freeze it. You need to have one of these in your freezer.
Oh, I had plenty of time to pour the milk and freeze it. I just didn't. You have to realize I also had another hour and a half bike ride before I got home to even get to the milk. And I had to conceive of the product. I had to build the structure. I had to find tape that was like waterproof. That was a thing. It took a while.
This blew my mind, and I shouldn't even. When do you think the high five was invented, Gavin? You had to put a year on it.
We did talk about this yesterday.
What year?
What year do you think the high five was invented?
Oof. 600.
The year 600? That's your guess?
AD or BC?
Yeah, that's another great
AD.
question.
Who doesn't specify BC?
So in your mind, assuming Jesus existed, he existed in a world without a high five. Okay, just want to make sure.
Oh, so it's got to be way earlier than that.
I don't know. I'm just curious.
Well, I feel like were people really tracking that in, if it was 2500 BC, would anyone be like, invented the high five today? Oh shit! I have no. Okay, I'm gonna re-guess.
Okay, go ahead.
10.
10. You're so wrong. You're so far off. I thought you'd get closer on the second one. You got further, and there wasn't a lot of room to get further away, but you did.
When was it invented?
I was watching. So for context, I was watching a playoff baseball game between the Houston Astros and the White Sox, and
fuck the Astros, by the way.
Fuck the Astros. The announcers, and late in the game, just randomly throw out manager of the Astros, Dusty Baker, inventor of the high five. Dusty Baker apparently invented the high five in 1977, Gavin.
Absolutely not.
That's the immediate
you're
reaction.
saying the people were storming Normandy before the high five?
Yeah, high five was not a popular thing.
They were storming Normandy with no way to celebrate.
They did it. They got through, and they were just like, "Oh, yay!" I guess.
They just shook hands.
It was the low five. Now that's the thing. The low five has been around since the 20s, I believe, in the history research that I've done.
He's saying that no one before that has ever just slammed their two hands together.
No. Now that's another divisive point. Now Dusty Baker is the most common inventor of it. There are other documentations of high fives before that point, but I don't think they were called the high five, and I don't think it was their thing. It was maybe a thing they did once.
So he just named the high five.
No, he didn't name it. I would argue Here, I'm just going to read you an excerpt of the first high five that happened, okay? The conventional wisdom has been that the origin of the high five occurred between Dusty Baker and Glenn Burke of the LA Dodgers at Dodger Stadium, October 2nd, 1977.
How did they both know how to do it?
No, I'm getting to that. The last day of the regular season, in the 6th inning, Dusty Baker hit a home run off Houston Astros pitcher J.R. Richard. It was Baker's 30th home run, making the Dodgers the first team in history to have 4 hitters with at least 30 home runs. It was a wild, triumphant moment and a good omen as the Dodgers headed to the playoffs. Burke waited on deck, thrust his hand enthusiastically over his head to greet his friend at the plate. Baker, not knowing what to do, smacked it. In quotes, his hand was up in the air and he was arching way back, says Baker. So I reached up and hit his hand. It seemed like the thing to do. That is the origin. He didn't know what to do.
I've been left hanging in the year 2020. And the guy that no one had ever done a high five and he wasn't left hanging.
It blew my mind. No, there are other people, like, I've read a thing that apparently Magic Johnson also claims that he invented the high five in 1978. There are different stories, there are different origins, there are different things you could point to, but the most popularized version, the most popularized invention, or the person who invented it, is Dusty Baker. Dusty Baker is credited as the high five guy.
I'm blown away.
I was blown away.
I was telling Andrew, it's kind of like how the mullet hairstyle has been around for a very, very long time. It was super popular in the 80s, but it wasn't called the mullet until the Beastie Boys did it in 1994. I was in the Army before the mullet became the mullet. And I would assume that was like 100 years ago.
So imagine the Beatles. They're all just got out of a car. There's a big crowd waiting for them. The crowd, they've all got their hands in the air. The Beatles just walk by.
Yeah. They don't know.
Not been invented yet.
It's not a thing that's, hasn't been invented yet. Nobody knows.
Maybe a low five. Maybe they did
a low five, very much invented, popularized.
Yeah. Been around since the 20s.
Not the high five. The high five is a relatively new creation.
I was way off.
You were way off, and then you went even further away. That was fantastic.
I was thinking of like schools. I was like, when was the first school?
They're just low five.
Oh my God. I can say something that y'all can't say. I am older than the high five.
You are.
Wow.
What year did you say the Beastie Boys coined the term mullet?
1994.
So I'm the same age as the mullet.
You're the same age as the mullet, and I'm 2 years older than the high five. Yeah.
I feel like if you said that, people would think, damn, he looks good for his age. If you're like, I'm 2 years older than the high five, nobody would assume. Like, you're 70? You look great for 70.
What do you think the next thing will be then? So there's potentially going to be something in the future more universal than the high five, but it hasn't happened yet.
I mean, COVID has been a terrible thing for the high five.
Mm.
It has really hurt the popularity, I would assume.
Here's what I think. I think that it provides, and this actually dovetails into something that I'm going to talk about later. But I think that there's a market for the next thing, and we've already identified that it wasn't that long ago that you could flip the world on its shoulders by slapping two hands together. So I think it's up to us to determine what the new high five is and to popularize it.
It has to be simple. It has to be.
It's got to be simple.
When was that playground game invented where the kids would you clap yourself and then you clap the other person's hand, then you clap?
Oh,
schoolgirls.
Yeah, that was October 24th, 1967. Like, what do you fucking mean? When did it come out?
That was surely way before the high five, but they're high fiving left and right in that.
No, it's like a mid five. A mid five,
like a
I'd say, is
five,
patty cake. That's a chest five. That's a chest pass five.
Yeah. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe the chest five.
No.
Maybe we popularize the mid five. Like our high five, we've been flying a little too high the hubris alone the last 40 years or so. Like maybe we need to take it down a notch. Physically, metaphorically, metaphysically, maybe we should start mid-fiving. You know what I mean?
Now, do we need to do like its back of the hand, like two backs of the hands for the high five? Because I feel like it needs to mechanically be different than just a high five. But then again, the low five to high five, same thing mechanically. So maybe we don't.
I think maybe touching hands going forward is a problem because of germs and stuff. Yeah. Who invented the fist bump?
That's what, I was going to say. I don't know who invented the fist bump. I read Dusty Baker encouraging long-distance high fives, which I feel like you only say if you're the inventor of the high five, and you really want to.
Yeah, you're just trying
stretch.
to keep the hype
The
alive.
long-distance high five is a stretch.
Yeah.
Who invented the fist bump? I don't know. It's a great question.
We just need to figure out what the next thing is. People do elbow touches.
Well, I mean, we're doing the jet ski one.
We're going to do the jet ski
but that's
five.
not.
Yeah.
I'd love to see
foam
somebody
hands.
do a home run and then do a jet ski 5.
We're definitely gonna elevate the high five, but we need to be thinking of what the new high five is that then we can take credit for and popularize, right? Like Dusty Baker did. Maybe it's like a knee knock. You just walk up and like slap knees together.
No, I don't like that.
Maybe a toe touch, but then that's how dudes find each other in bathrooms at the airport. So maybe that could be confusing. I don't know.
Wait, what?
What?
do they do?
Oh, you don't know about that? Yeah, like there have been a bunch of politicians that have gotten caught doing it in the past. It was a popular thing to do when it wasn't as well for people that are closeted, or it wasn't as socially acceptable to be out and proud and gay. Dudes sometimes would go into certain bathrooms and you would sit on the stall and then you would like touch the foot or like stick your foot under the thing, and then if the other guy touched it, then you would know that person and you were into the same stuff, and then you could get to know each other. Yeah, it was I think a senator or a congressman got caught doing it in the 90s or early 2000s.
Was that just like a reporter taking a shit and then the foot came on?
I think somebody, I think something like that. I just know that that's a thing that was done. So first off, let's take it back for a minute. What is the expression of a high five? What are you trying to convey with a high five?
Oh, it's celebration, right? Like
celebration and excitement, accomplishment.
Somebody has achieved a good thing. Yeah, because
Right.
I relate it to sports, but it could be beyond that. I think it's just you're celebrating the act of someone.
You could high five cooking good bread. It could be anything. But
Theoretically, yeah.
So we need to find the 2021 to lead us into the future, so that we're 2051 people are still doing it. We need to find the new thing that's a way to express ourselves physically with another person that is simple and safe and doesn't transmit germs and diseases, but is still super cool and hip and fun, and maybe makes noise. Because if you do a good high five, there's a pretty awesome slap.
The slap is so satisfying. That's my biggest
100%.
issue with the long distance high five. Is the best part is that contact doesn't work otherwise.
I agree.
I feel like this could be a great thing for the common leavers to help figure out. If they want to submit pitches, I feel like that could be a good move.
Sounds like Jeff's already figured it out.
Do you? Because I feel like what? So what? Is it a mid 5? Is that what we're talking?
No, I don't think it's a mid 5. I don't know what it is. I just think that you start at the beginning and you figure out what you're trying to do and then go from there. What we're trying to do is find a new way to celebrate an accomplishment or an exciting moment without being living in the past or paying royalties to Dusty Baker.
And it needs a sound.
Yeah, it does need.
Gotta have a sound. Yeah,
and it's most likely contactless. So that's another layer too. I think we should have it be contactless. Just workshop. This covers everything. There's no scenario at that point where you couldn't do it.
Can you guys do that thing where you put your finger in your mouth and go like this?
Can anyone
Maybe
not
we do that. You just walk. Yeah, just walk. Next time you want a high five, just go at the same time. It makes a noise.
Let's try not to spread germs. Hey, everyone, put your finger in your mouth.
and then fish rake it out. Yeah, maybe that's not the best one.
We'll put our fingers in each other's mouths.
Well, that's not bad. That's interesting.
If you can make that noise in someone else's mouth, I'd be very impressed.
What's more impressive, eating an entire bar of 100% Lindt chocolate or whatever that was, or
no, I
doing
think
that?
if you could first time put your finger in someone's mouth and make the pop sound, that's way more impressive.
Can I try on you?
Yeah.
Well, you gotta wash your finger first.
Yeah, I thought that was assumed, but we'll we can discuss the ground rules ahead of time if you want to. But I assumed I would wash my hands. Oh, what if I put on a glove? What if I put on a blue like a rubber glove?
Yeah, I think the extra grip might cause the noise to change, though.
Well, we'll figure this out. We can cover this when we're in person throwing baseball.
Imagine if we both put our fingers in each other's mouths and then got a double pop. That
at the same
time. To me, in a post-COVID world, will be the ultimate high five.
I don't know if I've ever respected Gavin more than Jeff suggesting that he put a glove on to put hands in your mouth, and your response was, it might damage the sound. It might break the integrity of the pop.
We want to make this count.
We should also make sure we cut our fingernails.
Ooh, that's another, that's important.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm honestly so up for trying that.
I am too. I'm pretty excited about it, to be honest with you. I'm sitting here practicing.
So should we talk about like one of the actual things we planned on talking about and not because we're like almost 20 minutes into Dusty Baker.
We talked about the high five.
Why is that so funny to me?
I don't know. It's pretty fucking funny. Oh,
your arm bracelet. The Unifarm innovation.
Yeah, we're down to just that, I think, actually.
Perfect.
And so when I was in Florida last week, as always, my body was in Florida on the other podcast, but my mind and my heart and my brain were back here with you guys, trying to come up with ideas for face. And in that process, I actually had a really good conversation with minor league fan Jack and then producer Ben, who's honestly in a league of his own. We should just call him a league of his own Ben. He's really great. It really stands out next to minor league fan Jack, let me tell you, after spending 4 days with those two. Anyway, and in that process, they were actually super, super helpful. I don't know where their ideas begin and end, and it was just like a long conversation, but I want to give them huge props, because they were instrumental, in the evolution of this idea.
I feel like you're going against literally what you said America does. As the American move, you should have just solely taken credit for it. This is your genius.
Yeah, maybe I'm not the best American. I'm trying,
Okay.
That was a great opportunity to illustrate the difference between our cultures, but I on a personal level, I strive to be better. So anyway, the world was turned on its head the day that Beef Bracelet came out. I think we all can agree with that. I think that nobody saw it coming. It smacked us all, flipped our brains around, changed the way we think about things, made everybody's life better. And then we thought we were good, but we didn't rest there. We not immediately, but with the appropriate amount of R&D time, we hit them with our sophomore release, Too Spicy Icy, right? Nobody saw it coming. Totally different lane, a lot of symmetry between the products. Totally makes sense. Unifarm, which, by the way, Unifarm, providing or combining the power of one with the fabric of the farm, Unifarm, can easily produce both products. It makes total sense. So I've been thinking since then, because there's like, I'll be honest with you, people are chomping at the bit. They're like knocking on my door, like, Jeff, what's the next Too Spicy Icy? We want the next thing. I had somebody in Florida at like a community meetup offer to help fund the Too Spicy Icy, and I'm like, I appreciate that, sir, but that project is well on its way. Let's look to the future and what the next thing is. And in this process, I found that I felt a profound responsibility to create the next great thing, and that's not a good place to be when you want to create, right? Desperation isn't the best place to be when you're trying to invent. You don't want that pressure. Sometimes some people thrive under it, but I find it's best just to kind of let it work itself out. I was having that conversation with Jack and Ben, talking about how frustrating it is and how I just feel this unrelenting pressure, and I didn't think I'd be able to come up with anything for a while. Then I read an article that changed my life. Did you guys know? And by the way, this is going to be phase one. I'll go ahead and say this right now. This is phase one of this project. Okay. Did you guys know that until I don't know the year, until about 1914, in World War I, people didn't wear wristwatches?
No.
Yeah,
Are you familiar with that? Yeah, people had pocket watches. Wristwatches were considered garish. They were also considered feminine. Some people that did wear them were women, so it was considered like not manly to wear one. And this was in these were very different times back then, right? And that kind of thing mattered to people more, I guess. And it wasn't until World War I that when soldiers realized they didn't have time to be fishing around in their pockets for their pocket watch to see what time it was, they started wearing wristwatches, and it changed the world. All because some soldier didn't want to put his hand in his pocket because he would have to take it off the trigger. That one moment, even though this is 1914 to 1918, right? Even though fucking Patek Philippe in 1868, a Swiss watch manufacturer, invented the first wristwatch for Countess Koskowitz of Hungary, right? So in 1868, the wristwatch is invented and brought out to the world, introduced to the world. And it's not until 60 years later that it rises in popularity. Fast forward to 2021. Do you guys realize that the global luxury watch market is estimated at $7.18 billion, and that by 2025, it's expected to reach $9.28 billion. Think about that. That is $9 billion of wealth that will be generated in 1 year, 75 years after or 100 years after the first dude decided I should put this stupid watch on my wrist so I don't have to keep fishing around in my pocket.
So you're saying
that's insane.
There's a future for this. Like, it's going to continue.
What I'm saying is there is a tremendous opportunity for us to look at what's in our pockets and put it on our wrist. Think about it.
Right.
What do people... I've been doing research. I've been doing tons of... Believe it or not, there's a ton of research on what people carry in their pockets. Here's a few of the most common things. Wallets, pins, keys, candy, snacks. We've covered that, of course. Loose change, dollars.
Koozies.
Phone, comb, mints and gum, headphones, lighter, chapstick, lipstick, makeup, knives, flashlights. All we got to do is put any one of those things on our fucking wrist and then popularize it, and we will make $9 billion in 2025. It's no sillier than what they did in World War I. Why not a wrist comb? Why not wrist keys? Why not, like, key gloves? Why not, like, Wolver keys? You hit a button and they extract out of your fingers. I don't know, but what about Edward Locksmith hands, right? There's all kinds of stuff we could do.
I'm a big fan of the Swiss Army wrist. I think it should be
Swiss
a
Army
versatile
wrist,
product as like 20 different things.
And my girlfriend brought up to me, she was like, the wrist wallets already exist, wristlets exist, that kind of stuff exists. And I'm like, yeah, but the fucking wristwatch existed for 65 years before somebody realized, oh, this thing is awesome as dicks, let's fucking use it. And now it's making billions of dollars a year.
Wrist keys exist. If you go swimming.
Wrist keys... But we need to popularize them. It's not about that. It's okay that they already exist because they're not popular yet. I've seen the wrist phone cases exist too, like little Pit Boys people could put. But it takes the right group of people to look at it, see the need, see the potential, and then fucking pounce on that potential. And boom, hit 1,000 baseballs to the moon of success. And that's what I think we should do. Okay? So phase one is we find stuff that we can take from our pockets and put it on our wrist. I already even looked. I put it in the face subreddit and then I took it out. I didn't want you guys to see it. These already exist. Slap wrist, like slap bands that are also pins. Perfect. They exist. You didn't know that. I didn't know that because they're not popular yet.
Pins?
But we can make our own. Yeah, like, writing pin. A writing pin? Slap band writing pin.
I thought you meant like pin.
Yeah.
Like a pin.
So you don't need to carry a pin around anymore. You just slap band on your wrist and then P-E-N. P-E-N. Pens. It's just one idea.
People from the South say it the same.
Pen. I am from the South, though, so maybe I do. Anyway, so like wrist pens, right? That's one thing we could do tomorrow. There's what I'm presenting to you guys isn't necessarily a product. It's an idea for a suite of products. It's, if anything, it's an idea for a revolution. So,
I mean, am I writing with my wrist or am I just pulling a pen out of it?
You pull it off and then you can write with it and then you slap it back down. Or who knows? Because we can invent things too. I'm just saying that exists. We can buy it. We can put our logo on it. We can change it around. We can improve upon it. Right? They had to improve upon the wristwatch, by the way. It used to have in those days, it used to have a guard around the top of it because they had to protect the crystal, and they were scared that it would break, and glass was very hard to come by. So they had these like metal things that covered, and then they just had holes where you could see the hours. And then we improved upon that, and now you have a fully faced glass wristwatch. We can improve upon these things that already exist as we popularize them and help usher wrist entertainment, wrist convenience into the 21st century. We need to drag it into the 21st century like they drug watches into the 20th century.
I would have never guessed that the handshake came out after the wristwatch. That's one of my takeaways from this. I think I like where your head is at. Do we have to like rank what is most important to us as far as
No, I think we just I think we just think about what would do well. And like I said, I'm not presenting you necessarily the pen, the slapband pen is an idea that I had. And I looked and it exists and we can work on that. But I would more just present to you the idea that start thinking in this direction. How could face revolutionize people's wrists? We already did it once with with beef bracelet, obviously. Everybody knows that. But with the help of Unifarm, combining the power of one with the fabric of the farm Unifarm, there's almost nothing we can't do. You know what I mean?
Do we still need to have a wrist bracelet if we're doing this?
We could do whatever you want.
Okay, I'm just curious if this is replacing, if this is like an innovation on the beef bracelet, or if this
we could further innovate the beef bracelet. We could make it a part of this. It could maintain its own thing, maintain its own identity. I'm open to all possibilities because I'm just seeing untapped potential, and I don't think anyone is better positioned than Face to pounce on that potential, and we will all be billionaires this time by 2025 if we do it properly. And then after we spend a couple, maybe, I don't know how much time it's going to take for us to go through phase 1, but then my friends, then we enter into phase 2. Are you ready for phase 2? Are you excited about phase 2? Do you think you can handle phase 2?
I'm ready for it.
I hope I can.
Okay. What have we been doing? What have we been doing all through phase 1, which is a useful phase? It's going to be a financially beneficial phase for us. We're all going to be very happy that we went through it. What are we going to do when we get to phase 2? I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to eliminate damn near everything we did in phase 1 because we're going to eliminate the very pocket itself. We don't need it. It's bullshit. I've lived with women most of my life. They hate their pockets because they're tiny and useless and oftentimes sewed together. It's not fair that men have big pockets and women have small pockets. And also, the fucking, I will go so far as to say, I've been thinking about this a lot. The back pocket is a goddamn atrocity. We need to get rid of it because that thing is a menace. Think about this, men. What do you put in your back pocket? You put your wallet in your back pocket. What's in your wallet? Everything you own that you can't possibly leave home without. And where do you put it? On the one spot of your body that you don't have eyes on, you got no coverage on, you can't see back there? That's the dumbest thing ever. It's like, here's everything that's important and valuable to me. I'm going to stick it on my ass and show everybody but me. I hate it. We need to get rid of pockets. And by doing that, what we will do is we will migrate the very pocket to the wrist. Think of a big floppy pocket just hanging from your wrist. Throw your keys in there. You can see your keys. Throw your wallet in there. You got eyes on it at all times. It's in front of you. It's a lot harder to pick a hand than it is to pick a butt.
You've invented the purse without a strap.
I have invented the wrist pocket. The purse exists. The wristlet exists. All of these things exist. Don't eliminate the word invent from your brain right now. We're not talking about inventing.
I'm imagining like what
we're talking about revolutionizing. We're talking about popularizing. We're talking about taking things that may exist already, but making them better and more prevalent so that the larger world sees them through the eyes, through the lens, with the possibility that we do, so that we then incent them to want these products to improve their lives. And then it's not a product at that point. It's a whole goddamn movement. We're changing the world. We're going to get rid of pockets in phase 2. Phase 1, we're going to improve wrists. Phase 2, we're getting rid of pockets. And phase 3, we're all buying boats and fucking high-fiving off super yachts.
I love it. I'm a big fan of this. I will have I kind of have an idea in my mind already. I think I'll have a prototype next time we record.
I'm imagining
an idea.
I love
a horse feed bag for my hand.
Yeah, maybe. If that's what it could look like, yeah.
I am all about the convenience and hands-free of things. Like, it's a big, one of my great struggles. Maybe the Unifarm could maybe branch onto this. I really wish that goggles were a popularized form of glasses. I cannot stand, I have the worst long-distance vision. I have glasses, never wear them, don't like the feel of it on my nose. They're always sliding down. Always uncomfortable. I wish I could live in a world where I could just strap some goggles on and I'm good to go. If goggles were popular, my vision would be substantially better in day-to-day life.
Your nose, indestructible, but can't hold up a pair of glasses.
It cannot. I'm telling you, it's too slippery. It bobs and weaves. Not even glasses can stay on it.
Just put some grip on the glasses, like grip tape.
Oh, yeah, then he looks like a 1950s shop teacher. No,
at that point, I'm just putting on goggles. Like, what do you?
Also, you know what? You know what, Andrew? It's 2021. We are living in the fucking future. What's more futuristic than goggles?
I'm not even talking like cool futuristic, like whenever you see a basketball player with goggles, like I'm always like, I wish that was a look that was just acceptable. I wish that was a popularized form of it. Or even like the pool, like when you put pool goggles on, I wish those for glasses existed. I wish that was just a thing. They're always sliding, so I don't wear them.
Yeah, but you can't, there's like bad peripheral vision there's a reason it's just right in front. On glasses.
I will take a hit on my peripheral vision in exchange for them not sliding and not having to ever think about them. They're just locked in.
But also, once again, goggles exist, but goggles with perfect peripheral vision might not exist, but they could. Maybe that's been holding everyone back. And maybe if we can solve that problem, then not only can Andrew enjoy these goggles, but everybody can. Maybe every kid in high school will be wearing face goggles this time 2025. I don't know, but I love it. I love the way it's going. And from what I can tell from Eric's comments in the Discord, he's on board as well.
I think the most useful place for a magnetic implant would be around the eyes. So you could just magnet glasses onto the front of your face.
I love that idea.
I like the idea. I don't want them to put anything near my eyes. I don't want any, it's scary. It's a scary place.
Just under the eyebrows.
Nah, no, I don't want any machinery going in there. I don't trust
Not
it.
machinery, just like a thin magnet.
Yeah, but they're going to have to do a surgical procedure. Oh.
What was that?
I ran out of liquid. I'm good. I'm good.
He got scared of the magnets.
I was talking and my mouth just suddenly went very dry. I'm good.
So there you go, guys. I don't have a new product for us, but I have a vision of where we
I feel like you just said like 7 different products. I think you have plenty of products for us.
but I don't have I gave jumping off points, right? But I don't have materials prepared for you guys. I don't have logos and commercials, and not like I usually come, like with a product ready for you to buy. I just have more of an idea of where we could take this.
I feel like the last place I want more clutter is around my hands area.
Yeah, that's what people said before World War One.
I'm excited. I have a prototype in mind. I don't know if you have any ideas, Gavin, but I immediately just have a thought.
I could certainly come up with something for the next episode.
I would love to have my phone permanently on the side of my wrist, kind of like where quarterbacks put their plays, where they like pop it up and they look at their plays before they shut the thing. I would love to have my phone there, and I could just like boop, 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 boop. It would be so cool.
I like where your head is at. I honestly, this is more grounded than I was anticipating. I can see a world where this exists.
I spent a lot of time in a hotel room on my back with nothing to do but browse the internet for fake products. So
I think it'll be interesting to see what we value for our pockets. What things do we want brought to the front? I guess it's all of it, right? Is what you're saying? Because phase 2 is the destruction of pockets. So really, we can't have anything in there.
Well, not to destroy them, but to render them useless to the degree that you can use that pocket if you need to, but everybody else is going to be using wrist pockets at this point. So you won't be in vogue anymore,
Wrist pockets.
Have you ever been outside sweating in the heat and you have to then go somewhere that requires a mask and you realize your mask has been in your back pocket and you've been sat sweating on it for the last 2 hours?
No, because I usually hang my mask around my wrist.
Oh, so you're already putting the wrist.
I already wrist my mask, and I didn't even think about it till you said that. But that's exactly how I'm already doing this in practice. Holy shit!
Are you really wristing your masks already?
I always wrist my mask. I've been doing it since day one.
I can't. Okay, Jeff is a wrist guy, is what I've learned.
Yeah, I hate the feeling of that. I can't get shit off my arms.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. I started wearing watches, and it's really opened up my love of wrist stuff. And I think that there's I think a lot of people feel the same.
Well, I feel like let's just explore, because I agree with you. I have no issue with the wrist. Where would you like it to be, Gavin? Like, is there a different part of the body that would be more ideal than the wrist?
To hold a mask?
To hold whatever. It just seemed like you didn't like things around your wrist, generally speaking, is how I interpreted that comment. Where would the ideal place be if not the wrist?
Maybe my back.
Are we just making a backpack at this point? Like what type of?
Imagine a backpack, except it's in the shirt. It's like a big old pocket, a big pocket on the back of a t-shirt that I could just like stick an iPad in or something.
Yeah, I like this.
I feel like that's very specific, because what you're gonna sit down, that's gonna stab you immediately. Whatever you got back there.
It'd be kind of like how Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow have their swords crossed on the back, but instead it's like a laptop and an iPad.
Or like a pocket that could fit a water bottle in it or something. Just something where it's like, I don't want to take the bag with me, but if I just have my water bottle and I just sort of slot it into my back like a sword, like I'm sheathing a sword behind my back, and I pull it out when I get to work. Class.
I mean, I think this is exactly where we need to be. Thinking like this. Like, take a step back and think of it this way. Why are pockets where they are? Because the first person who put a pocket put it there. And then we all went, oh, okay, I guess that's where pockets go. And then you put a pocket there because the last guy put a pocket there. And the person before that put a pocket there. And so for hundreds of years, we've all had pockets where they are because we're just fucking sheep. We're just sheeping our way through Pocket Town, right?
No, I feel like people have adventured with the pocket. There's sleeve pockets, there's chest pockets. I feel like people don't use them.
Nah, people don't use them because they haven't cracked the code yet. People didn't use wristwatches till the need and the benefit was shown to them. And then they became a symbol of masculinity, and they became a symbol of patriotism, and then everybody wanted to wear them. That's all we need to do. We need to find our World War I pocket watch. That's all we got to do.
I really like the idea of more pockets. I know we're supposed to get rid of them, but if somebody had like a clown's car worth of items in hidden pockets, that's hilarious.
I guess I don't want to eliminate the pocket. I just want to eliminate its intransigence in where it lives. I want to liberate the pocket. You know what I mean?
I see.
I want the pocket to move for you. I don't want you to put your shit in a pocket that is put there because of hundreds of years of people following in line and not thinking outside the box, not looking up, just looking at their feet and shuffling forward through fashion, not even daring to look left or right and innovate. I want us to innovate. I want the pocket to go where you want the pocket to go.
It's like I said a long time ago, you're talking about the mindset of like always punting on fourth down. People do it because that's what people do, not because it necessarily makes sense. You want your
not because it makes sense.
Yeah, we need a culture change of not always going for the pocket.
Yeah, and that's where bold people make bold decisions and find bold successes.
Is the product called Bold? Like I felt very specific.
I'm just saying.
To like what
I don't know. I'm just saying. Like that's how I think this could be a huge untapped potential future for Face, a division of Fleekface, a division of Unifarm, combining the power of one with the fabric of the farm. Unifarm. You know what I'm saying? So I think we would be remiss. I think it'd be a tremendous wasted opportunity. Also to cement Face in the social, the permanent social fabric of the world. Well, we're already going to reinvent the high five, right? What better way to follow it up than to reinvent the pocket and the wrist? The very wrist itself.
I like it. I'm going to have a prototype, or at least I'll try to next time we record. I have an idea.
Yeah, I'll have one too, but we might not get to it because of all the chocolate Andrew's got to eat.
Okay.
Hey, Eric.
Make sure.
Can I ask you a question while you're here?
Yeah. What's up?
What's in your? Do you have anything in your pockets right now?
No, I just put on shorts and I don't have anything in my pockets while I'm sitting at my desk.
If you were going to leave the house, what do you think you would throw in your pockets to leave?
I would grab my keys, my phone, my wallet, my mask, maybe a chapstick, and put it in the little chapstick part of my, like there's like a little tiny.
Yeah.
Oh, where the iPod Nano goes.
Yeah, that's where the iPod Nano goes. But until I charge that and get it working from 2007, I will just put a chapstick there instead. Those are kind of all of my go-tos, I suppose, for what I would need for my pockets.
Okay, that's very helpful. Thank you. I can see a world where all of those things live on a wrist easily.
I mean,
great.
I'm all for what you're talking about here with the wrist pack and everything. I know a lot of professional wrestlers who unironically wear fanny packs everywhere, all the time, constantly, and swear by them. Swear up and just like, I didn't think they would be that helpful, and I never leave without my fanny pack. They don't have anything in their pockets. Everything is in the fanny pack.
I've never tried one.
So this is doable.
I'm not a fan of the fanny pack, but I am a fan of the idea of like, I realize there's some adjacency to what we're doing here. So
that's why I believe in Unifarm.
Thank you for believing in Unifarm, combining the power of one with the fabric of the farm. Unifarm. Okay, well that's great. I think that there's I think keys alone, there's a lot of opportunity.
I can't wait for the magnet approach of this and it being too powerful and your wrist is getting stuck together. That is what I'm very excited about as the initial prototype.
Are we doing our prototypes before?
Yes,
the
we
chocolate?
have to. We have to do.
Why
the
don't we
Oh,
do
I
the
forgot about the prototypes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
let's do that.
We should do prototypes.
Because we were hanging off the last episode on postponing prototypes.
That was
Dude,
Yep.
thanks for mentioning that. I completely forgot that they existed.
really.
what
You're
did I
the
do with my-
why? How? We're doing this because of you. What do you mean?
Well, I appreciate it. It's very sweet of you to say. I moved on. I moved on to other stuff. I guess I just forgot about it.
What do you?
In my head. I was thinking about chocolate and apples.
The Unifarm, Jeff. You can't
Yeah,
forget the Unifarm.
Don't say. Yeah, you can't say it like that. It's uniform. Uniform. Combining the fabric of the farm with the power of one. Uniform.
Yeah.
I feel like that
Exactly.
changes every week.
Yeah, I think it goes backwards
around.
I can't get it straight.
So how do we want to do these prototypes? Who wants to go first? Do we want to talk about the process that we went into making them? I'd like to see where you guys went, because I think we all had different things. I wore my prototype during the entirety of last show, and we never mentioned it.
Why don't you start then?
I lost my sunglasses and my keys in my prototype, and couldn't find them.
So I'm
who
going to...
wants to
I
go
can
first?
go first. I will go
Okay.
first. So I have put... I'm going to be honest, Jeff. When you first originally pitched it, I wasn't so sure, and it sounds like you're not either, because you forgot that this was a thing. You've already moved on from the idea.
We have so many brilliant ideas.
So I've been thinking, I thought a lot about it, and I was like, so what is Jeff wanting? He wants the pockets to be gone. You're really big on wrist technology. It needs to be a wrist thing. And I was trying to think of different ways I could do it. I had a few things planned. I think, Jeff, I discovered a thing about you that you may not even know about yourself. I feel like I went so deep into your psyche that I'm going to drop something on you, and you're going to be like, holy shit, you're right. I don't think you're an anti-pocket guy, Jeff, as much as you are a Velcro guy. I think what you're looking for is provided entirely via Velcro. And it's like a basic, we can just innovate. I don't know what the Velcro market is like. I used a basic product with a lot of flaws in it. I think Unifarm could really advance this idea. This is sort of like the base idea. The base concept was you get some Velcro as the thing, and then you can expand to it. You have the ability to really add whatever you want to. So like you're saying pockets are important, like you need to be on the go. What you need to do, like sometimes you need a snack. So you got your snack when you need it. You got your wallet on your side. You don't need to worry about being pickpocketed because it's in sight at all times. You got a Coke. You ever need to do the soda chug, you're ready. Like, you're just prepared for your fucking day. And it doesn't even stop there. You got fucking chocolate on the bottom half. Like, you're just ready. You want a nice little snack. You want to pick me up. You're good to go. So what I think really, the Unifarm, we need to look into Velcro technology and advance on this, because this is easy to do. It looks
What
great.
else can you do with your hand while all that shit is taped to it?
Oh, literally anything. It's hands-free. It's all on the wrist.
So good.
It's all on
This
the
is
wrist.
so good. This is Velcro on the go, man.
It is Velcro on the go.
On the go. This is so good. It's Velgo. Yeah. It's GoCro.
My favorite part is just that top picture without anything on it. It looks like your hand is choking.
Yeah?
It looks like too tight or something.
Oh, it was very tight. It was not, because I was nervous because I put that on, like, I don't know, 90 minutes before we recorded to, like, get things prepped. It was a whole process.
I've never wanted to give a hand the Heimlich maneuver before.
And then I got everything on. It was terrifying. It's a terrifying process.
How'd it feel? Did it feel good? Did you feel...
You know what? Jeff, to be completely honest with you, it felt very insecure, which is why I think there's room for Unifarm to greatly improve.
Look,
on this
these
thing.
are jumping off points. These
Yes.
are meant to create inspiration, to strike inspiration so that we can then go out and explore. And I've seen a lot of I don't know if you guys have been on the subreddit and the socials, but the audience has come up with some amazing stuff. Like the rocket with the W, that's really cool. Andrew, I think this is fucking amazing, and this is exactly what I was talking about. I didn't even consider Velcro. Brilliant
It's a
idea.
disaster. It looks like you'd go
What do
to
you
check
mean?
the time and an apple would hit you in the face.
No! No!
You're just gonna sling stuff
No,
into your
you
head.
don't. No, you... Okay, well, first of all, I can't wait to fucking see your prototype. Second of all, you're not checking the time on that hand. That is clearly a Coke Apple chocolate wallet hand. That's not
So
a
you
time
can't
hand.
you can't even have a watch anymore?
No, then you don't put your watch on that hand. You put your watch on
You
the
put
other
it on the
hand.
other hand.
You've reduced
your
the,
offhand.
the main functionality of the wrist. Is you can't
What do you
use a
mean?
watch.
How many fucking watches do you wear? Do you need a watch
got
on
a
both
point, man.
hands? What are you talking about?
I'm right-handed. My watch goes on my left.
Well, then put it on your fucking right and put this on your left. Flip it.
It's Velcro, man. It doesn't care where it goes.
You can put it on your goddamn leg for all I care. You got choices. You got multiple limbs, Gavin.
It's a Coke can on your... You're going to walk by a radiator and ding it, and it's going to
You
spray
don't
all
have
over
to
the...
put a Coke can on it. You put whatever you want.
2021. What radiator are you walking by? Where do you live? Radiator? What is this, New York City in the 1940s? Are you drying your socks? What the fuck?
People still use radiators in new builds. That's not an old thing.
Not in Texas!
Well, not here, no, but...
If you used this product, you would have had your fucking Sonic drink, Gavin. It wouldn't have been in your yard. It would have been secure.
Maybe if you'd have used this product, you'd have hit yourself in the head with the apple and knocked some fucking sense into you.
I don't mean to be down on this product. I think it's a really good product. That I was going to go somewhere else with that. I'm just going to stop right there. I don't want to cause more arguments.
Andrew, I think it's great. I love it. I love everything about it.
It's a fantastic starting point, and I'm open to criticism, just not any that Gavin is saying. It's ridiculous comment.
Right.
Terrible complaints.
Okay, so between which subjects do you allow criticism?
Well, I think any valid criticism is fair. You're coming over here, you're like, what if a fucking giant magnet comes by your house? Like, what are you talking about? I'd like to see somebody try to scrump that fucking apple is all I'm saying. Good luck. Security.
That's an excellent point.
It's not an excellent point. It's so much more secure in your pocket. That's
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's gonna
Fuck
bruise.
you. You're not. Nobody puts apples in their pockets. I want to see you walk around Austin with an apple in your front pocket.
If I was trying to make an apple unstealable, I'd probably put it in my pocket. I wouldn't hang it off my wrist.
If I'm in a park and I see a guy pull an apple from his pocket, I'm leaving. I'm terrified. It's a psychotic move. Just pull an apple from your
I swear to God, if you are ever anywhere in a public setting and you see an adult human being pull an entire intact apple out of their pocket and start to eat it, turn around and go the other way quickly. That's not a good, healthy person.
Oh.
All right, Gav, I guess
So
it's
that's
your
the
turn.
GoPro.
The GoPro. I love it.
Okay. Shall I do mine?
Oh, I can't. I cannot wait for this.
Why? Are you going to...
No, I'm excited.
Just remember to
Great
keep...
innovation.
Remember to keep all criticism regulation and
Yeah,
between the correct
regulation,
subjects.
criticism. Yeah, I will.
Regulation criticism.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've based it on... Personally, I feel like the pocket is absolutely fine. If anything, I want more pockets. So I really just summed it down to what Jeff wants. And what Jeff wants typically is the following. It's a 3-step process is what I've nailed it down to. Number 1, find a problem that doesn't exist. Number 2, solve it in an inconvenient way. And number 3, give it a name that's a real stretch. All right? Those are the 3 requirements that I've identified. So let me introduce to you the nice to treat you. In a COVID world, you don't always want to go for the handshake. Sometimes you may want a fist bump or a high five. The high five talk from the previous week really got me intrigued about this idea. So the nice to treat you gives you an option of 3 greetings that you can go for using the power of the wrist.
I feel like I'm watching a hand give birth to a fist.
And I should point out that Meg Turney helped me make this because there was some sewing required.
It looks like an alien facehugger shadow theater. It's like next he's going to make a Doberman picture, and then he's going to make a butterfly. A biblically accurate angel.
And if you want to store an apple, put it in your pocket.
Gavin, this in many ways this was not the assignment, but also in many ways this is one of the greatest inventions I've ever seen. I think this is exactly what we're looking for at Unifarm, combining the fabric of the farm with the power of one. Unifarm, sometimes also referred to as Unifarm, combining the power of one with the fabric of the farm. Unifarm. I think that what you've done here is brilliant, and it's exactly the kind of visionary thinking we need here at Face Industries, a subsidiary of Face Industries, which is an arm of, as we all know, Unifarm, combining the power of one with the fabric of the farm. Unifarm. So I'm really proud of you, and I have no criticism.
I appreciate that, Jeff. Andrew, any criticisms from you?
What does it feel like to hit that? Like for a high five? Like, is it floppy? Does it just flop? Like, what is there? Is there any feedback?
You get a light slap sound, but it's a little bit springy.
What is this called again? Nice to threat you?
Yeah, nice to threat you. Let me write it down. Nice to threat you. How do you do a trademark? How do you do a TM?
I'm going to go the other way.
Picture I've ever seen in my life.
I'm going to compliment Gavin's invention. If you are ever attacked by a flock of birds, the additional hands would be great. Like, this is a great product. I've got nothing but compliments for this.
It's phenomenal in every way. Oh my God, dude.
So what about you, Jeff?
Yeah, what do you got, Jeff?
Well, I really like making commercials, right? You guys know I really like to do the graphics. I like to go above and beyond. I didn't have time to do a graphic treatment this time. I took some photos. I didn't think they were great, so I just made a little video. It's about a minute long. I'll go ahead and drop it in here.
What are the odds it's too big? Too big for Discord?
Oh, is it going to be too big for Discord?
Did we do this every time? It's always too big for Discord that he puts into Slack. This is just
too
part
powerful.
of I'm opening Slack right now.
Let's see. It's too big for Discord. Okay. So let me put it on Slack.
This has happened like 4 times.
Well, dude, I couldn't even remember that we were doing this week, so why should I remember the file size?
Okay, so for those listening, Jeff has a bag on his head.
What Jeff did is he
That's
made
not
a
a bag, it's a pocket.
He made a shittier fanny pack and he attached it to his wrist.
What I did is I took an actual pocket from an actual pair of pants and I cut it out. So I have a pair of pants with no rear pocket now. I have to remember not to put stuff in that pocket, which shouldn't be an issue because I don't use rear pockets anyway. But it is a pair of pants that's like still in rotation. But it was the only pocket I could find. Yeah.
Why?
You're gonna put your passport in those one day. It's gonna be such
I
a
just
problem.
have to remember never to use that pocket. And then what I did was I Sharpied wrist pockets rock on the side of it, and then I duct taped it to my hand. And then I put all my stuff in it, and it worked. The glasses got a little stuck.
Watching you have to contort your entire body to try and get this out.
Well, that's because I'm trying to show off the glamour shots. You know, I want everybody to see it from the best angle.
Yeah. And then your glasses fell and you didn't have a free hand to pick them up.
I think we have 2 very viable products.
I'm feeling really good about this. Really, really good.
Jeff's looks so annoying. I can't imagine how annoying it must be to do anything other than make that video. Did you try and do anything else with that on your wrist?
Like what?
Like laundry.
No, nothing like that.
I love the idea of making a commercial for a product that one of the steps is duct tape it to yourself with ease.
Well, it's just it's temporary.
Oh, okay.
So.
It's not heavy duty tape like I was anticipating.
Do you know what I like about doing laundry? That I don't have to take all my pockets off.
Yeah, but you have to empty them out.
That's true.
You know what's faster than emptying them out? Just take the pocket off. Just de-Velcro it off your wrist.
This doesn't replace your pockets, though. You still have pockets. You just got empty pockets. Well, I guess they're pre-emptied. That's a good point.
Yeah. I heard it. I'm working on cutting all my pockets out of my pants right now. So. I may not have a choice soon.
It just hangs all over your fingers. It's so annoying. Oh,
it's the fucking worst. It's the worst. It's terrible.
What would you feel confident in putting in Jeff's wrist pocket, Gavin? Like, if let's say you're going out with Gavin or Jeff, you're with Jeff.
You know what? I'm immediately thinking like snacks. I bet you have trail mix in there or something.
I don't trust it. I do not trust I don't trust the security of it. Gum, yeah, I think I trust gum. It's like, what are you okay losing is sort of the question I'm asking.
You're not going to, the only way you're going to lose it is because you can't get it out of the pocket because it's too deep.
Well, the bad thing with gum is that if you forget it's in your pocket and you wash it, you wreck all your clothes. With this, it's never going to go in the laundry. That's great, actually. That's the ultimate gum storage.
That's brilliant, Gavin.
You know, like movies where they're transporting something really valuable and they have like it handcuffed to their wrist, like the metal briefcase. Imagine seeing somebody walk out with one of those. It's like this is how we're transporting this thing.
It's like a gold bar sticking out of it.
Yeah, I feel like it'd be good for loose stuff. Like loose little tiny things.
Oh, it's going to be loose.
I like that you went for a pocket that was so much wider than your wrist, too. Not one of those small pockets.
That's the size of the pocket in my pants, man. I don't know what to say.
Oh.
I'm glad I dug deep and went with Velcro because that was my first idea, Jeff, was I was going to do the same thing. But I was going to use shorts and not in rotation. I would never use an in-rotation pair.
Yeah. It's going to be a fun little game of pocket roulette I'm going to play with myself going forward.
After all my criticisms of Andrew, I didn't expect for that one to be the most convenient one to wear.
I love it because we got 3 unique and distinctive takes, 3 new products. Well, 2 are very similar, but at least 2 new products that could go to market here very soon with the appropriate testing. And who knows which one's going to be a huge, if not both, huge hit.
If you're listening to this on the podcast app, what's the easiest place to see these?
Instagram, yeah. I'd say
or find the YouTube version.
Yeah, there's a YouTube version.
Yeah, it's on that too.
Like, yeah, I'd say Instagram. These are some great creations. I am impressed by all of them.
I'm proud of everybody. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I like these. I think we should maybe have a quarterly Unifarm brainstorm.
Well, you know, it's funny because we hinted at it briefly. We haven't talked about it too much, but we actually have a show going in pre-production that's kind of adjacent to Face, but it's sort of a uniform, combining the power of one with the fabric of the farm uniform. It's kind of a Unifarm-esque. It's kind of in this world, and so comment leavers, I guess, should keep their eyes peeled because hopefully that'll be out at some point in the next couple months.
That was a great segment.
That was a really good segment.
Thoroughly enjoyed that.
Yeah. I
It's
just
my
kind of want to
favorite thing
take a
we do.
moment just to enjoy
it has been so professionally and personally rewarding creating products to make the world a better place through Face, like the beef bracelet and the 2 spicy icy, obviously now wrist pockets. And just knowing that you're helping humanity in some small way. And now that you guys are on board and doing it with me, it's like the dream come true for me.
I'm excited. I sent the Cosmic Crisp people a DM the other day because they followed me on Twitter. I was like, hey, type thing, reaching out saying hi. I brought up the podcast that we reviewed the Cosmic Crisp, and they replied back being like, hey, it's so great. We appreciate the support so much. Could you link us the episode in which you guys talk about this? Because the team, I'm sure, would love to listen to it.
God.
So then I was in a real dilemma. I didn't know what to send because I could either...
You've done it again, you son of a bitch.
Tuxedoed it.
Stop emailing people. You're ruining everything.
Stop drawing people's attention to us who we shit on this podcast.
Well, that's the problem.
Let us shit under the radar, man.
Yeah.
Because I could send the Cosmic Crisp review we did, but it's almost all of you guys saying this isn't that great. This is very average, which I don't think is reflective of the opinions of the show necessarily.
in our defense, well, and in their defense, we would just talk about how it's just an apple.
Yeah.
An apple is an average.
Yes.
So I think as an apple, it's good, but it is still just a 6 out of 10 fruit.
So then I sent them, I picked the one I had to go into our catalog and find the episode of where I reviewed the Cosmic Crisp. But that is just a general episode which that happens in. I also gave
Your
a
review was
review,
worse.
then realized that it was a pink lady and had to do a second review.
There's no way to submit them anything that isn't heavily edited.
I
Yeah.
would send them both unedited full video or audios, and then let's just find a new fruit. Let's get
Okay.
into pears.
Yeah, I haven't heard back.
Might
yet.
as well just be honest with them about what it is and who we are, and then we'll just we'll pivot onto another round fruit. Oranges are popular. Everybody loves an orange.
I feel like I rarely see anything about a new orange.
A lot of work to get to an orange too.
It is.
I hate it. There's
Really?
nothing I like less than peeling an orange.
Yeah, I guess I was gonna say
I don't
you
want
peel a banana.
shitty fingers, man. You can't eat orange without having shitty little kid sticky fingers, like you're 5 years old sitting on your grandma's
true.
back porch. I hate it.
Wait, Eric just said just bite in. Are you serious? Is that
He's a
what
lunatic.
What are you doing? Nobody just bites into an orange.
Yeah, I mean, you got to be the change you want to see in the world. So if you don't
That's
want
fair.
sticky fingers, just take a bite and then spit it out and pretend like you're doing a grenade or something. You know.
But then you have to bite. You have to bite all the way around. You got to bite all the peel off.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah, but I think you could probably peel some with your teeth and kind of work it through, and it's not as sticky on your fingies. Maybe like once you get it started,
You know-
get a little bit of that juice out.
You know what we need to do? This sounds like a problem for Unifarm. Boy, we haven't talked about Unifarm in a while. Unifarm, combining the power of one with the fabric of the farm. Unifarm. We should invent fruit gloves.
What do you mean fruit gloves?
You mean
Like
gloves?
special
Gloves?
special gloves for you to use that that enhance the fruit eating experience. Obviously, they have to do more than just cover your fingers from the stickies. I'm presenting the problem with which we will come up with a solution for. We have to figure out how to enhance these gloves in other ways.
Solution is
We can do
gloves.
that. We can do that. No, I think that there's a way we can. I think there's a way we can improve upon the glove. I don't know what it is yet, but now my mind is off to the races. So I'll get back to you guys in a few days. I assume
I'm
you'll have
excited.
something too by then.
So you're taking gloves which protect your hands from multiple different things, and you're making a version of gloves specifically for fruit.
Yeah, fruit gloves. I'm gonna hold on. Let me write this down on my phone so I remember to do it. Invent fruit.
He's
gloves.
gonna look at this in 2 hours and go, "What the fuck is fruit gloves? Why did I write this down?"
Yeah. Well, I wrote invent fruit gloves, so it's a full sentence. I got it.
Huh.
I'll be fine.
I think you got this. Maybe like padding on the fingertips, a little soft.
Well,
so you
there's
don't
a lot of.
bruise it.
Yeah, there's a
Is
lot
it
of
for
stuff we
every
gotta figure
fruit? It's
out.
like there's a lot of variation too on how you retrieve.
Well, that's going to
fruit.
be a part of the thing. Is like there's a lot of different fruits, and I assume different fruits have different needs. So I'll have to spend some time thinking about the particularities of each fruit and how to get the most out of. Like, are the needs of a grape the same as the needs of an orange? No. So how does the glove help bring both to their flavor forefront? We'll have to figure that out.
It's like when you're buying a cable or something and it tells you what compatible like devices it has. I want to buy gloves that
Yes.
say like can't be used with cherries.
Right, right.
I
You're
want to
like, yeah.
know what the specifics are for these things.
These gloves don't support 4K.
Right. These are pear and mango gloves. They do not open a banana with these gloves. It'll go badly. Yeah, absolutely.
We
They'll be
are like
rated for different fruits.
we are 1 or 2 ideas away from having a fantastic Kickstarter scam of like it can tell the ripeness when you touch it. Get the most fresh fruit.
Oh, that's great.
Wi-Fi enabled. This is great. We got a complete scam that we can
I
work
love
with.
this. Yeah.
This is not, I mean, I'm not even, this year's, I'm a blanket guy. We established this is a year for big blanket for me. And I feel like I made the turn, because I said 2023 is the year I become a big blanket guy. There's been some misunderstanding of what I mean by that. Some people think I'm into super large blankets, like literally big blankets. Some people think I want them stacked. You offered a weighted blanket at the time, Jeff. I feel like I have figured out a way to describe what I actually want, what my actual goals are of my blanket year. You know, in football, and maybe people here don't know, but there's like 2 primary schemes defensively in football. I'll post a photo to show it. So there's man-to-man coverage, right? And that's as simple where every player, Gavin, you can tell me if this makes sense as somebody who doesn't know football at all, if this translates. There's a man-to-man defense.
Oh, so everyone's marking someone else?
So everybody covers one guy. That's their guy. They got to protect them. They're on them. They're covering them. That's my current blanket situation. Every blanket has a role, and it's just to be on top of me or my partner. It's just very clear. There's not a lot going on. But I want to move into... Go ahead.
What has that got to do with how many blankets are covering you specifically?
Right now, it's 2 or 3.
So there's nothing like your diagram, because every individual man is on an individual other man.
My point is that the blanket has a role, and it's just to be on one person. That's its job. It doesn't move out of that zone. It's there. I want to move into a zone blanket scheme, which you can see you have a blanket that covers different sections of the bed. That's what I want. When I say I'm going to be a big blanket guy, I want like 8 blankets all in different areas of the bed that don't move from that area. Now, have you ever tried having a few blankets on the bed, like in a variety of places that you could stumble into?
So like keep all the blankets locked in place and then you just relocate around the bed depending on how you're feeling?
Well, sort of, like, this was sort of discovered because I had 3 blankets and I moved my arm and I accidentally went to a different blanket and I was like, this is kind of nice. This is an unusual thing. Like, I want the experience to move my foot and be met with unexpected fleece is what I want. Like, I think that's really nice. Just wherever
like
you go.
Layers.
Yeah, it doesn't even have to necessarily be just like I want to feel a different thing I wasn't expecting. I want to be like, oh, I'm going to adjust. Ooh, what's that there? That's a nice blanket right there. That's cozy. That's what I want. That's my goal. I feel like you should try that. I respect your system, but you should innovate a little bit.
So does the zone system, is it just covering different parts of your body, or is your entire body moving in and out of zones?
My bed, or I'm moving in and out of zones all the time. I'm moving.
So how many zone changes
I'm a mobile sleeper.
Per night? Like, do you go to all zones every night?
Not all zones. I'm not doing a full spin like a fucking clock, but I'm getting around. I'm getting the bottom right, maybe part of the bottom left. I'm in the middle. I'm at the top right. I'm moving all around. Not a full rotation. Because
of this description of your sleeping, now I know what your bed looks like, but now I'm imagining it that it's like 10 meters wide. There's no way what you're saying makes any sense with these zones.
I'll track it. We'll set up zones in my bed. I'll put markers down, and I'll tell you how many zones I enter in one night. It's gonna be a few. I'm gonna be in a few zones.
I want like a heat map.
Yeah, like those Halo 2 kill, like the heat kill maps. Yeah, you'll see. We'll figure out where I'm at.
It's fun that you brought this up, because sleep is something that I've been thinking about getting into with Unifarm. I've had a lot of ideas. I've actually got a lot of notes written down for potential sleep products that I think Unifarm could get into. I'll be honest, I'm not prepared to go into it today. I didn't think we were going down this road. It was like a future note. I may have been prepared if fucking Austin hadn't died on Tuesday. But
can I just ask, is there anything edible with these pillows?
Oh, it's all
got like some ham.
No, it's not edible.
Oh, it's all edible.
It's not edible, but what it is, but it's all named after food. I'm gonna I'll just throw some stuff out there. Okay. What if I told you you would have the best night of sleep in your life if you slept in Unifarm? By the way, Unifarm, combining the power of one with the fabric of the farm. Unifarm sleep spaghetti.
Ooh, okay.
You don't even know what sleep spaghetti is, but when I invent it, it's gonna rock your world.
I feel like it's a bunch of like pool noodles, but for the bedroom. That's in my head. You're
very close to what I'm going to invent, but it'll be even better in person. Yeah, I've been studying Emily, and I'm gonna improve upon sleep. I've also got a thing I'm working on called a sleep pillow, called a sleep pickle. I think a sleep pickle could be huge. Sleep spaghetti. I got tons of ideas, but nothing's like really hammered out yet.
If you had to convert any food into a pillow, what do you think the ideal food to pillow would be?
Spaghetti.
Fried egg.
Fried egg? I guess like because it's like it goes out, right? Like you got some room to work with there. I was thinking watermelon. Putting my head in a watermelon to sleep, I feel like would be great.
Like inside?
Yeah, like inside, because it'd be all dark and then it's comfy. It's got that support. It's kind of squishy. I feel like that can be relaxing, like a frozen watermelon. I think it'd be pretty good.
Allow me to sway your opinion on spaghetti, sleep spaghetti.
Okay.
Let me just say this: When you think of a meatball, where does that meatball live? It lives on top of a pile of spaghetti.
All covered in cheese.
All covered in cheese.
I still haven't had one of those.
Have you ever seen a piece of food that looks more comfortable and more cozy in its environment than the meatball? Ooh. The meatball is so nestled in, springy, wonderful spaghetti. It envelops it. It's warm. It's essentially like a Tempur-Pedic bed. You could put like a glass of wine at one end of spaghetti and a meatball at the other, and you could jump up and down in the middle, and it wouldn't tip over. Like sleep spaghetti is the way to go. You can't name me a food that's more comfortable in its environment than a meatball nestled in spaghetti.
That's tough.
I'll give you $10 if you can balance a wine glass on spaghetti.
I'm all about trying to do it, but it's going to be a little bit for me. I'm gonna need a kitchen again.
So, just we'll set some ground rules for that. Can he apply the spaghetti the way he wants to, or do you mean like he orders spaghetti from a restaurant and then has to attempt to balance?
It has to be from a restaurant.
Okay, I think that might be tough.
And he has to do it in the restaurant.
But to be fair, I don't think that's a counter to Jeff's idea, because it's not like you're going to have people come in to apply your bed spaghetti for your bed. Like, you get to do it the way you want to do it. You could set it up in a way that would be most effective for what your goals are. I think it would be tough, though.
Just imagine nestling yourself into a bunch of really cozy, long, thin, spaghetti-like pillows that you just envelop around you.
It doesn't sound
you're
bad,
the meatball. Just imagine you're the little human meatball poking your head out, and you just have 1,000 soft, like cotton fingers caressing you. That's the sleep spaghetti.
Are these weighted spaghetti noodles?
They could be. They could be. They absolutely could be.
See, if you get weighted spaghetti noodles, you're never leaving bed in the house fire. You're just dead. That's your death.
You're gonna have a lot of dreams about being choked.
What was the guy to Christmas Carol with all the fucking chains on him? That would be you trying to get up every morning. Yeah. Like, you're just like being held
Bob
down.
Marley.
Like old man. Yeah, Marley. Yeah. That would be you. I just had a thought. Hot dog, I think, is a pretty cozy food. That nestles in. It's got the bun.
Hot dog in a bun.
It's in the middle of it. Yeah, that's pretty cozy.
That's true.
Pretty comfy. It's up there.
Pretty cozy. I agree with that.
I think the least comfy food, fish and chips, is what came to mind. That just seems I don't think anyone involved is happy or comfortable in the fish and chips in the box setup. Just everything's crammed. Another thing in the past that we talked about that I feel like we should probably address. Kevin, do you have a nickname? That was homework. We're supposed to come up with nicknames, I believe.
Oh, nicknames like T-Bone that we wanted?
Yeah, like because Jeff had T-Bone, and I think he wanted us to come up with nicknames.
Just like if you want a nickname, now's the time to give yourself one.
I think I got one. I got a great one. I feel really good about mine.
Okay, go for it.
I was I didn't come up with a nickname. My partner gave me this nickname. I was in bed.
Nick said Backman.
Backman. 26-inch Backman. That'd be a great action figure. It was just like all back, hit the button, do stuff. Anyway, I was in bed. I was relaxing, and they walked into the room, and I had my icing on my head, as I do, having a good relaxing time. Yeah. And they said, "Oh no, do you have a headache?" And then I explained, "No, this is just a thing I'm now doing for leisure. This is just comfortable." And they've started calling me Frosty because it's like frosting.
Ah.
So that's my new nickname. I'm Frosty now. It's a great nickname.
Frosty Patton?
Frosty Panton. I didn't even associate the last name with the first, but I feel really good about Frosty. It happened like the day after we had that recording, and I was like, holy shit, it's perfect. Frosty.
Gavin, how are you doing on your nickname search?
I couldn't really think of anything, and then something came into my head that I like, and it's Ram Scoop.
Okay.
So is it like one name, Ram Scoop, or is it like first Ram, last Scoop? Like what's the thought?
No, it'd just be one name, Ram Scoop.
Okay.
And it's because I remembered, I think I had Red Dwarf in my head. This is the ship from Red Dwarf, and that bit on the front is the Ram Scoop. And I just thought, that's a good name.
Oh, I like it.
Jeff, you don't think he's kind of like walking into your name territory with like...
Oh, because the RAM thing?
Yeah.
Nah, it's fine.
Oh, shit. I didn't even think of that.
I'm okay with that.
Really? You didn't think of that? That's the first thing I thought of.
Oh, you know what, Jeff? If you want to take Ram Scoop, I'll give it up.
No, I'm happy with T-Bone. I got T-Bone, and I've only ever seen one episode of Red Dwarf, so it would be disingenuous of me.
Okay.
I think Ram Scoop. That's the thing. You name yourself whatever you want. We have carte blanche here. We don't have to wait to be gifted to us. Like, and you end up with some dumbass nickname like they called me Jeff Rowe in 6th grade.
That's great.
Yeah, I didn't like it then. That's why I'm T-Bone now.
Honestly, Ram Scoop has supporting character energy to it. Like, I could see T-Bone and Ram Scoop working together.
Yeah, I would always be after the and, I think. No one's ever starting with Ram Scoop, and that's I think that's a place I'm happy to be.
Like Frosty, T-Bone, and Ram Scoop.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. Like, this would be like Frosty would bring you into his gang, and he'd be like, "This is T-Bone, and this is Ram Scoop."
Yeah, and I feel like if it was like a TV series and those are the 3 main characters, you would have the first 2 names memorized by the end of episode like 1 and 2, but it'd take you till like episode 4 to remember Ram Scoop, I think.
We got Frosty. We got Ramrod. Was it Ramrod? Ram Scoop. Ram Scoop.
Ram Scoop.
We got a regulation guy. We got Gooch Pooch and yours truly, T-Bone. Welcome to the podcast. You are called a comment leaver or a regulation listener. That's the introductions out of the way. Hello, everyone.
God help anyone who made this the first episode they tried.
Are you good at scooping ice cream, Kevin? As Ram Scoop, I feel like that's your thing. Like, that's your move. You're a scooper guy.
I actually don't. I've never been one. I never owned a scooper. I've always just done a dessert spoon and had some really messy sort of like ice cream chunks instead of neat balls.
Have you bent a lot of spoons over the course of your life doing that?
Yeah.
You should really get an ice cream scooper. I feel like as Ram Scoop, that's kind of part of your thing.
Oh, that's a great idea.
And you get the fun little button. You hit the button. It's great. The ice cream comes out.
I wonder what the most premium ice cream... You know how you can get those sort of over-engineered cork removers, the electric ones where you just hit a button and it kind of does all the work? I wonder if there's a completely automated ice cream scooper.
You know what there should be? What would make it even better? Because I've seen... Ice cream scoops, by the way, I don't know about you guys. I've used them a lot in my life. A lot of times they don't fucking work. Like, if the ice cream is frozen, it's still hard as dicks to get ice cream out. So one tip I've learned over the years that I think, my grandpa probably taught me or something, is you, run the scoop under hot water for a little while so it, heats it up. So then it goes into the ice cream a little bit easier. It'd be cool if you could get an overly technologically advanced one that also has a heating element in it.
Ooh.
There are ice cream scoops. I'm looking them up. I'm looking at a couple different ones, like Williams-Sonoma type stuff, where it's taking the heat from your hand to heat up the rest of the spoon to cut through the ice cream. It's again, heat conductive liquid in the handle takes advantage of the natural warmth of your hand to facilitate smooth scooping and provide easy release.
I don't know if I want to pay to have something use my own heat. I made that heat. What am I paying for?
You're paying to have access to that heat in new and exciting ways.
I might as well shove my fingers into the ice cream.
Please don't do that.
Does feel kind of like Kickstarter scammy, the idea of you heat the spoon. Look at this innovation.
Look, I want to come over to your house and I want ice cream, and I want it to be easily taken out of the ice cream container, and I don't want your fingers all over it. So if you can conduct your heat in a more sanitary way.
What if I shove my hand up a plastic bag and then shove my fingers in?
That I'm fine with.
I don't think that would work well. I think that'd be terrible.
Ice cream gloves.
You would be
ice cream gloves.
Fine with that?
Yeah. That's sanitary. I want ice cream. All right, we need to invent ice cream gloves.
I want a glove that is made with the same material as those hand warmers. So I'll put my hand in, it activates, goes really hard and rigid, and then I'll do the scooping.
Okay.
Huh? What?
What?
You lost me with the rigid part.
You want your hand to go rigid?
Well, I'm just thinking of, those things that, those little pouches that are liquid and you squeeze them and they go all hard but hot.
What?
Have you ever used one? They use this the little activated hand warmer.
The hand warmers we have are always little packs, and you break them up, and it activates rust and nickel or something or metal, and then that's what heats it up. I wouldn't want to put that in ice cream.
But that'd be inside the inner walls of the glove.
What's the outer walls of the glove?
Something hygienic.
This is not something hygienic. This is not a reusable product.
No.
Oh, these are like condoms. This is like a one and done.
No,
Okay,
no.
okay.
You like put them in the microwave to reset them.
Oh, I see. We're talking about two different kinds of hand warmers. Okay.
I'm talking about the ones that you know when you like get that like water below freezing and then suddenly it freezes and you see it like creeping through. It's like the opposite of that in a hand warmer.
Yeah.
There's something really funny about imagining you saying "Who wants some ice cream?" as you throw your glove into the microwave. Meanwhile, other guy with just spoon is doing fine. Already has 2 bowls worth. Like I don't know with the efficiency.
Yeah, but he bent 2 spoons in the process, and they'll never be
he's
straight
got
the right way
fancy-
again.
He's using his heat.
Then I take my glove out of the drawer, put my hand in, hit the button, and then go, "Ah!" as my hand goes completely solid and hot, and then I dunk it in ice cream tubs. Now that's a party trick.
It's like a fucking Spartan armor lock.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
And I activate my gel layer. Stand back. Ram scoop's working.
Ice cream flies everywhere.
And then he scoops the ice cream. He rams his hand in and then scoops out the ice cream. It's so fucking literal.
I have a question. What are we talking about?
We're talking about ice cream sticks.
I'll tell you what we're talking about. We're talking about products that we will not make.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking you wanted to do fruit gloves. This sounds like maybe an attachment of that and not tease future does it do.
Well, let's put ice cream gloves straight behind fruit gloves as things we'll never make.
Which are, the fruit gloves are under my desk right now. I just have to, I'm never going to make those things.
You can test it in the future. We have something coming up. There is a product that might work.
Why do you ask about scooping?
Well, because Ram Scoop. Your name Ram Scoop.
And that's it?
Yeah.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Face Podcast. My name is Jeff Ramsey. Folks around these parts call me T-Bone. You can too. And we've assembled a colorful cast of characters for you today. We've got this guy from England. They call him over there. They call him Whoop Scoop, I think. We've got a Canadian provocateur. He goes by the name of Johnny Caviar. Watch your wives and girlfriends around Johnny Caviar. That mustache is twisted. And we got a bog standard regular guy. We just call him Nick. And usually there's this tiny little gooch of a man named Eric, but he wasn't here this week. So
a little goosh.
We're going gooshless for one episode, unfortunately. And that's it. And now we are going to entertain you with our comedic musings. Yeah, we're deep into our nickname era right now, our moniker era, if you will. And I imagine that's got to be confusing because I think it's identity challenging constantly.
Including this one, you've introduced me as a different name the last 4 episodes.
Dude, thanks for noticing. I've been making a special attempt at calling you some different variation of your name every time. I wrote Whoop Scoop down.
Whoop Scoop might be my favorite. I like Whoop Scoop.
Yeah, I've been Whoop Scoop. I've been Whoop Scoop, Ram Jam, not to be confused with Ram Scoop and Whoop Tone. And that's just the last 4.
And you've been Stuart, and you've been what was the other one? Errol.
Errol,
yeah. My name's Gavin, by the way.
There you go. If you were wondering, an hour and 5 minutes in, his name's Gavin. Everybody.
what a disappointment to learn all the possible variations, and you went with Gavin of all the names. It's the least fun. There's so many better options on the field.
Oh dear.
Can you imagine having Whoop Scoop on your birth certificate?
Oh, that'd be great.
Maybe that's what I'll call the ice cream gloves the Whoop Scoops.
The Whoop Scoops. That's great.
That's brilliant. It's so fucking smart.
I'm gonna make them after this. I'm gonna get in the lab straight after we finish filming.
Now, is your lab next to your bed?
My lab is actually the dining room table at the moment.
Oh, that's a good lab.
That's my lab too. Yeah,
It's a great lab.
And I think as it's similar to most dining room tables in that it's something I've rarely eaten at, but it's completely caked with junk. So that is the lab area.
Mm-hmm.
How funny would it be if your dining room table was also my lab? And sometimes you would just come downstairs to mix to get a drink or a snack, and I'm sitting at your table like, don't talk to me now, I'm in the lab.
Isn't that what it was like when we lived together sometimes?
Yeah, pretty much. I guess so.
Don't talk to me. I'm conducting car surveys. Give me a minute. Tracking Subarus. You think the paint color matters? Yeah, I'm just trying to walk out of the kitchen.
I'm just getting cereal. Shut up.
Andrew would be like, don't talk to me. I'm listening to every state song.
How's everyone doing?
Great.
Doing
Gavin's been
good.
in the lab. Please tell me about being in the lab. I need to know.
Oh,
I've been
yeah.
like itching for like 20 minutes. Please tell me about being in the lab.
We also went to Vegas.
Oh my
You did go to Vegas. Yeah, I'm so sad I missed that. It was the big bachelor party. Tell me about Vegas. What happened to Vegas?
I don't know. I kind of want to know what's going on in the lab first.
Tell me about the lab.
Okay.
Okay, I guess we're doing the lab first.
Yeah, okay.
Wait, is the episode starting now?
Yeah.
It started a little bit ago.
How far are we into this episode?
Tell us
Just
about
so
the
I know.
fucking lab, dude!
Sorry, man. Okay, so this is a Unifarm creation from... Hold on.
I was in the lab
You
too,
had
okay?
20 minutes of Andrew Fumble. Oh,
From
thank you.
The mind of Whoop Scoop. This is the official
Oh.
Whoop Scoop logo.
Well, yeah.
And what we were working on today, everyone, is my favorites folder.
Oh, I thought you built that in the lab. I thought that was the creation.
No,
That's
that would have been
a
cool though.
Vegas
That was just
thing?
on a wall somewhere.
That was in Vegas.
Yeah.
So the plan was to create a glove
Okay.
that acts like a hand warmer. So I can put my hand in the glove, activate it, and suddenly I've got a hot hand to carve through ice cream.
Yeah.
So I thought it's as simple as getting a bunch of those liquid hand warmers and stuffing all of the liquid in a glove. Wrong. It immediately oxidizes with the air and solidifies.
Oh, no.
So I ended up looking like I had a bunch of chopped pineapple in a food glove. But don't worry, because you could boil that shit. And I did it on a saucepan outside, so I didn't gas my... By the way, I think I've poisoned myself. Anyway, moving on. I managed to reset the entire hand warmer back into its liquid form. And here it is. And you can see I've left in a little metal tab that you're supposed to squeeze to set it off being hot again. Now, slight problem. Well, I should say next, I wanted to put the glove I was going to wear inside that. But I couldn't figure out how to do that because it was too hot to put my actual hand in currently. So I created a dummy hand mold, which I made out of a glove full of water. So that's standing in for my hand.
Okay.
Didn't realize, as you can see in that picture, there's some white ooze now coming out of the other one. And it's
no.
leaking. It's leaking. It left a big stain on the couch I put it on. So I quickly had to deal with it. I opened it up. I was trying to stuff the water glove up the hand warmer glove.
It looks like a hungry duck.
Oh.
It's like a
Does look like a
rabid
hungry
duck. It's
duck.
foaming at the mouth. The thumb, by the way, is stuck underneath. I couldn't get access to the thumb, but I was
great.
hoping that when I stuffed the water glove in the warm glove, everything would be fine and go back to normal. Anyway, so all the water and the heat warmer juice spilled all over the place, and I ended up with a glove with a crumpled up other glove in the top of it, while all the fingers are slowly turning back into the hard material. It's all going wrong. And this is the stain that it left on my patio. So all in all, this ended about 25 minutes ago, by the way. I burnt the shit out of myself. I inhaled a lot of fumes.
Oh my God.
And hopefully I last the double recording we have today. So I'd say incredibly unsuccessful day in the lab. But I think I've proved the concept. I just need to pour the liquid very quickly or sort of grind up the hard stuff and get the gloves settled before I go to the boil phase. And I think I can do that.
Do you think you need a tougher glove?
It's possible.
Yeah, do you remember the gloves you used to use to wash dishes back when you lived with me?
Yeah,
like those were like a
a
heavier duty glove.
Like some marigolds. Well, I wanted to see through them. I thought that would be cool, but yeah, I could use those.
That's true for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, that adds to the cosmetics. So what is the actual goal here? What is the end product?
To be able to put my hand into the ice cream gloves
Okay.
and activate the Whoop Scoop so that I can claw ice cream out of the tub with my hand into a bowl.
Okay.
And then I boil the glove afterwards.
I think that's a brilliant idea.
Yeah.
I mean, it is an idea for sure.
Right.
Have you considered a spoon? for the ice cream.
We've talked about this, dude. Ice cream sometimes is too cold for spoons, and we were talking about how we wanted a heated spoon, and then Gavin came up with the idea for the gloves.
That's fair. That's fair. It seems
And it was
like
following along the lines of the fruit gloves, which I don't think we ever got, but it inspired me to go forward with ice cream gloves.
You know, I had a minor breakthrough in the fruit gloves the other day.
Did you?
Yeah, I need to get back to it because I saw something that inspired me.
Oh. Okay, so you don't want to say it now. This is lab.
No, I don't want to ruin it. Yeah, let me get into the lab and work on it. But I'd also be honest with you, I'm a little inspired by what Gavin's going through right now. Like, he's in the frustrating part of it, but it's like magic is happening in front of our eyes.
He is learning how not to make them. We've now seen several attempts of how not to do it. You're narrowing it down.
I'm learning. I've learned a lot in the last hour.
You can't make an omelet without breaking a few gloves. We know that.
Yeah.
Or
as
a
they
couch, or the patio.
Are you in trouble with Meg? Did she yell at you?
Well, I'm pretty sure I can just boil it back to liquid. I don't have I'll let her know later, depending on how the cleanup goes.
She
listen.
can't be mad at what she doesn't see, right? Just walk her around those parts of the house.
Anyone else been in the lab this week?
I've been in the lab.
No.
Should I do my lab stuff now? I want to hear about Vegas.
Hell. Well,
this is apparently the lab episode. Let's get into the lab.
You want to get into the lab stuff?
I think so.
Oh, okay. Well, first
you can't
of all,
go lab Vegas lab. We won't finish the episode. We gotta let's go lab Vegas.
We got to do. Second of all, how far into this episode are we? What minute mark are we? I'm very disoriented.
Probably
10?
right around 10, I would think.
I think we're probably
10
closer to
minutes in.
15. Yeah.
15? Okay. We're 15 minutes in. So I went into the lab. Gavin and I shared each other little lab teas earlier, what we're doing. I've wanted to do this for a while. Okay, this has been in lab development for a long time. R&D, as they say. I'm going to show you guys something, and you're going to tell me what you see, okay? Putting a photo in right now. What do you guys see? What are you looking at here? Use your eyes. Use your soul. What do you see?
It's pool noodles.
Pool noodles. You see pool noodles? What do you see, Jeff?
I see rake sleeves.
Rake sleeves.
Yeah, I saw a TikTok where this dude sprayed WD-40 in those things, and then you put it on your rake, and then it's more comfortable to rake with.
I see like a supersized fries.
Supersized fries. Oh, I see. I see what you're saying. Okay, you're getting artistic. You're doing some interpretation.
Okay. I need to
It's not the right direction. It's not the right direction.
Oh, shit. Is it sleep spaghetti?
It's sleep spaghetti. That's right,
my
Jen.
God.
You've been sleeping on it. Sleep spaghetti. I've been waiting for the summer so the dollar store could get some noodles in because I needed a base thing, and they're expensive otherwise. They cost a lot of money.
Yeah.
Sleep spaghetti. We have the prototype. That's the base. We got the pool noodles there as needed. It became a problem of fabric is expensive as well. What do you use for fabric? How would you solve this? What is your solution for this problem? Because we have the noodles. What would you do? I'll tell you what I did. I'll show you right now. Put a photo of it. Put in sleep fucking spaghetti. Okay. Got some socks. Got some cheap. Got some cheap.
Doesn't look right.
I got some.
There's a bunch of heels all the way up.
Yeah, well, because I bought some socks, and you chop the top off the sock, and then you slide it down. It covers that sleep spaghetti. You get the sleep spaghetti going nice and good. Okay. This is a hard day's work. Okay. For research and development. This is the bed, all nice and cozy. You get them laid out.
My God.
This is an idea we've been talking about for a long time. I built sleep spaghetti, and I'm ready for your questions. Let me start. Did I sleep well? No. Continue. Other questions. I didn't come up with it. I just wanted to finalize it. I saw it.
Why is it so much more horrific than it sounded originally?
Well, I mean, a number of reasons. He has sleep uncooked spaghetti. This is the noodle before it's wet. You're just sleeping on dry noodles.
Dude.
Sleep spaghetti is a thing you can, like, sink into.
Andrew.
It's the best thing we've ever done.
Andrew,
Yeah.
this is also brilliant. It's also watching magic happen in front of us. Right now, your spaghetti is too al dente.
Oh.
You need to cook. It needs to go back in the pot for like another 10 minutes, man.
That was your vision, was a more... I viewed like a firm noodle. I like my noodles firm.
But so surely you're slipping immediately through those.
Well, okay. So what you do is you push them to the side. Then you lay down. Then you feel like a building has fallen on top of you, and you don't move. That's the first phase of comfort with the sleep spaghetti. No matter how you lay, it's sort of a problem. If you lay on your back, you feel like you're in Gulliver's Travels. You just feel like you're locked in and you're being held down. If you lay on your side, you feel like a skate ramp is being built off of you. It's a real problem. Other issues that I did not foresee with the sleep spaghetti setup. You can very easily, which I did, knock everything off of your end table trying to adjust a piece of sleep spaghetti, because it is a very solid, long piece of foam, I guess. And I'm not exactly sure what the material is, but it's solid, and it's not comfy.
Oh. Can you just imagine if we started episode 1 with that couple of sentences? How insane that would sound.
What would sound?
This is so deep into the lore of nothing. Good Lord. And the pillows, for some reason, just look disgusting. Why is everything about that so unappealing?
What do you mean? It's just a pile of pillows.
But they're sort of like off-white, and they're getting like progressively darker as they
You know
go
what?
down.
All right. Well,
get him, Gavin, get him.
No. Calm down, rabid duck guy. Okay, I don't want to hear it. You got a fucking rabid duck on your couch. You got
true. It's
fucking mangoes dried up on your patio. I don't want to hear this nonsense about Pillow Mountain. Okay,
I
Very
think he's
cozy.
just got some that are cream colored and some that are white.
Yeah, you got different colors. You got different shades.
Okay.
You got all sorts of options.
I think the pillows look weird because the sleep spaghetti is so unsettling to look at that everything else just makes you question what we're doing here.
Yeah.
It's rough stuff, man. I don't know about this.
So yeah, they really draw your eyes to the pillow. It's like a ramp. So I would say not wanting to throw, because I do think I think the pasta's too al dente, right?
Okay.
But I think not wanting to start from scratch, right, and to take what you've already built. First of all, I think maybe the next step would be to take the noodles and cut them maybe 4 times per noodle, and then stack them back in so there's more flexibility with them, so that you can manipulate them a little bit better. You see what I'm saying? They're not going to be any softer, but they'll be more formable.
So, like, separate them within the sock, you mean?
Yeah, like separate them in the sock, but then have the socks bind them together.
Yeah.
So that way it acts more like
I got
So
it.
you're
Okay.
creating like
Spaghetti.
joints.
I
You're creating
see what you're
you're creating
saying.
spaghetti elbows.
Yeah.
and
Maybe you
spaghetti
could make
knees.
use of the heels if they're in chunks as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
The heels of the how many socks did you ruin?
Well, no, we're gonna get to that. Okay. I didn't ruin any socks. Okay, this is really simple. I'm glad you brought this up because we have several innovations. Okay, so look at this. Pants. Okay, pants. That's a pair of pants I just posted a photo of.
That's a
Yeah.
pair of pants. Yeah.
Yeah. Pair of shorts. That's a pair of shorts I just sent a photo of.
Okay.
Socks. Okay.
Yeah.
Shocks. Look at that.
No.
Toeless socks.
No.
I realized I hate pants because I feel confined
No.
with my legs. So by cutting the toes off of the sock, my toes now have a freedom, which makes me a sock guy. Not a sock guy, a shocks guy. I would wear these. I would enjoy these. I'm going to experiment with these. I think it's 2 for 1. So it's not that I ruined socks. I actually made shocks, which is, in my opinion, a superior product.
And that's shorts socks.
Short socks. Shocks.
Okay.
Do you have any examples of people wearing shocks?
No, I do not.
I have not put them on because it felt weird to send a foot pic. That goes behind the paywall. Maybe if there's a first situation later, we can experiment with that idea. So it's more of a hand. It could also be fingerless gloves, as I'm displaying.
Do you think that they'd slip around, though?
Slip around.
Yeah, like they wouldn't stay in place.
They're snug. They're snug, aren't they? When you pull a sock up, isn't it snug?
Yeah, they're pretty snug. There's like a high sock. I feel like the heel would really grip. I don't know. I guess
you need the right shoe.
That's,
for
I didn't even
God's sake,
think about
Eric.
doubling down.
Hideous.
Toeless shoes is an interesting idea.
Hideous. That being said, he's got some form of shock there.
I sent a funny picture. That was me being funny. But just so you know, it is a thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
well, that's
they're
great.
called Optoz, OPETOZ. I don't want to promote them, but that is what they are real. So for your shocks, you can get shoes.
What? Yeah, I guess it's just because it already has the shoe. It's just shoes. I guess I could just get shoes. Fuck. But maybe an extra S, shoes. To differentiate, because it is kind of confusing. I'll wear them.
God.
I'll wear them. I'll test that. I will say, before we venture too far past sleep spaghetti, on the positive side, I have never felt more prepared for a flood while sleeping. It's never crossed my mind, but I was in bed, I was laying, I was wrapped around it, and I thought, you know what? If a flood occurred, I feel very ready.
I think you'd be the last person to find out.
I probably would.
You wouldn't find out until your nose hit the ceiling.
I wouldn't find out until my AirPods fell out of my ears and the rain stopped, and I realized it was we're in a real situation. This is no longer an imagination thing.
So dude.
That's my lab.
Great lab work, Andrew.
Yeah,
Jesus.
thanks. Yeah.
God.
Okay, I'll test it. I'll cut them up as you suggested. See if that makes the sleeping experience any better.
Yeah, and try wearing the shocks.
Do you think I have enough? I have 10. I'd say it covers. I'd say yeah. If anything, I have too many. It feels like.
Would you consider rafting them together?
I feel like that ruins the spaghetti aspect of it. But
that's true.
Maybe like you throw a blanket over it. Something could be done. Like help.
Because I imagine when Jeff conceived Sleep Spaghetti, they were all sort of tangled up, and you would sort of sleep in a heap of spaghetti.
Yeah, like a pile of spaghetti. But you can achieve that with jointing the spaghetti he already has.
Segmented.
Yeah.
I'm gonna, as soon as we're done today, I'll segment this and figure it out.
Andrew, I think it's phenomenal work. I love the shocks. I like where you're going with that. The idea of turning socks into fingerless gloves. I think the spaghetti is like we're just getting closer. Each experiment gets us that much closer. I think it's tremendous work from both of you. I'm only saddened that I haven't been in the lab. Because what you guys have done has been really impressive and inspiring. And I gotta say, this might be the best turnaround to an episode we've ever had.
Do you think your breakthrough on fruit gloves deserves an update, or is it not ready to talk about?
No. I will get to that later. Okay. I'm not ready. It'll be no. Let me think on it some more.
Got to continue to innovate.
I like that it sounds like we're both headed straight back to the lab, though, which is good.
Oh, we definitely are. And I feel better about my lab position currently than I think you do about yours.
Mine is just awful dog shit. Yeah.
I like that your lab has expanded to just your couch as well. Like, I feel like I get heat from my lab being my desk a lot of the time. But you got a couch lab. I'm jealous.
Yeah.
That's a comfortable lab. I guess my bed is now technically a lab as well.
Yeah,
we're both really expanding our labs. You think I need more noodles, Gavin? You think more noodles would help?
Let me take a look at the picture again. Yeah, I'd say you could double it probably. If they're all segmented and doubled, you could really like tunnel your way in and find a really comfortable position.
Okay, well this is what we're gonna do. Okay, I'm gonna try these shocks out, and if I like them as much as I think I will, then I could double it because I didn't know how many socks it would take to cover a noodle. So I bought 2 bags of socks, and I only needed 1. So I have enough sock material to turn them. So I'm kind of prepped in that way. We'll see. As long as I don't mind turning more socks in the shocks, like if I'll actually use them, then we might double it.
Eric, just to clarify, what is our face R&D budget currently?
0.
Okay.
Yeah,
to know.
I would say 0. I'm excited to see what else happens in the lab, I suppose. I'm curious. No, I take it back. I'm not curious about shocks. I think I got everything I needed out of shocks. Yeah, it's really something. I'm proud of you, Andrew.
Thank you. Yeah. Well, I can't wait. A year from now, you're going to be wearing shocks yourself. And you're going to be like, you know what?
I won't be. No.
Oh, that's what, so.
Here's the thing. For the shoes that I wear, I typically wear like a very like low sock, like an ankle sock. And cutting the toes off that effectively destroys more than half the sock.
Yeah.
So
I'm with you on that
really
one.
know. It's not really working for me, I suppose.
Was it annoying, Eric, when I kept ordering everything that you ordered?
No, it was just something that I noticed.
Oh.
It just seemed like a thing that you went like, ooh, and me too. And it was very funny.
I respect that you didn't feel pressure in that scenario, Eric, because I would start feeling pressure.
Why? I don't give a fuck what Gavin gets. I don't care if he likes it.
I would see that's where we differ. I would feel like I got to bring the bangers out if I know he's copied everything I do. I can't have a weak drink or like food item in the lineup.
None of my orders are ever weak to begin with, so I never have any like worry that they're not all bangers. I'm ordering stuff that's good as hell.
There are no mid-tier drinks that you sometimes enjoy?
Like what?
I mean, I didn't follow you with the beers. I went Bloody Mary.
Well, yeah.
There you go. Okay.
See, I would have gone the other direction. I would have ordered the grossest fucking thing possible to try to trick him into like a cement mixer or something.
Whoa, what's in that?
It's like this drink. It's like milk and something else, and you drink it, and it like turns to it turns solid in your mouth. It's fucking gross.
Oh, geez.
Somebody gave it to me on my 21st birthday.
It's like Bailey's and lime juice, isn't it? Because it like
something.
curdles.
It curdles in your mouth.
Exactly.
It's fucking hideous.
Do you know about that, Gavin?
No.
Yeah. Do you want to do cement mixers?
Yeah, maybe afterwards I could try and stuff it into a glove.
It's not enough. It's not enough alcohol to get you drunk, but it will taste bad.
Yeah.
So
I would give it a go.
Yeah. Bad. Gross. Yuck.
Oh.
Speaking of gross, I had a realization yesterday at the grocery store that I think might lead to, I don't know how, but I think it might lead to benefits for us.
Ooh.
I realized in the produce section that there are fruit combinations that nobody has made yet.
Okay.
Have you ever in your life, like you're used to it, you see like strawberry mango, cherry banana, like whatever.
Kiwi strawberry.
Kiwi strawberry is a great one. You've never seen, and we could invent the drink, the slushy, the candy, whatever it is. You've never seen lemon grape.
No. No, I haven't.
It doesn't exist.
No.
Nobody's ever thought to combine it.
It's like how there's never a bluish yellow. Like it just can't happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
lemon grape.
We could, if we can figure out the ratio, we could revolutionize the fruit industry by unleashing lemon grape.
Do you think orange banana is something?
Orange banana could be something. That's kind of
like it being some sort of like tropical juice.
Orange banana is kind of like it's kind of like what an orange Julius is, right?
I feel like orange banana only shows up for the Avengers of juices. You know, like where there's like 7 different fruits in a juice when they do like the full mix. There's an orange and a banana, I feel like, on the roster there. But you're never just going to see the two of them by themselves together.
You know what else you'll never see together? Grape watermelon.
Grape watermelon.
I think grape is a hard one to combine with other fruits.
I think you might be right.
We got to write these down.
Lemon is so strong and grape is so strong. If you can figure out how to make them work together, I bet you could fucking disrupt the whole fruit industry.
Grape sounds like there's not
coconut?
a lot of. Oh wow,
I'm all about grape coconut.
Right?
You think grape might be difficult to work with? It sounds like they're not collabing with a lot of the other fruits.
I think that grape is such a. See, like Gracie just dropped a picture of watermelon grape juice, and that that is crazy.
I bet it's
that
good.
is crazy.
I bet it's so good.
But I guess you could probably do. I'm trying to think of like what would go with grape in general. Like pear would probably do. Would go well with grape.
Grape pear. That's interesting.
Grape pear. Yeah.
Grape
like
mango.
Like lemon grape is such a.
You could call it grape mango. You could call it grango.
You could. You know what? You could call it grango
or mango.
Yeah.
No, grango is. You nailed it the first time. I need to get the popsicles out again.
Yeah. I think that there might be some lab work that could be done in the next couple weeks amongst all of us, really, if we wanted to. Anybody that was so inspired to start thinking about combining non-traditional fruit flavors into ways that might work for us.
I mean, Gavin has the glove. I got some spaghetti to work with. This sounds like a perfect lab task
totally
for you
fine.
to take on, Jeff.
I'll take it on by myself. That's fine.
I like the idea
I'm just saying I
like
won't be offended if anybody has an idea and tries it out.
I like the idea of a monthly lab report.
Notes from the lab.
Face sciences.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'll get on that. Let me write myself a note.
Dragon fruit rarely makes it into the flavors, does it?
It's true.
Even though it's Andrew's
or
pick.
kiwi.
There's no dragon fruit and grape.
You know what? I'd never had dragon fruit until
Drapes.
recently. I had it in a drink. Delicious in a drink. Don't know by itself. Had a real crunch to it, though, that I appreciated.
Did you put the dragon fruit in?
No, like I ordered a drink that had it, and it was chunks of dragon fruit in the drink.
Jesus.
And
I just got to send myself the best email of my life. It just the subject line is just combine fruits in the lab. But I wondered if starting 7 or 8 or 9 or 15 minutes or whatever off would affect me in some way, and I think it has.
You think it has?
Well, we also had to wait for Andrew, who I ran through some like stuff that we had to talk about for like business, and then Andrew was like, "I need 10 minutes," and then disappeared and kept unmuting so fast I didn't know he was unmuting.
I feel like he's been in the lab.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. Okay. I'm juicing a watermelon right now, so if I'm if I seem a little off, that's why. We've been talking a lot about the lab recently.
Yeah.
And I've brought the lab to the podcast. So I'm preparing. As you may remember, we talked about different fruit combinations that are not common, that we've never seen compared. So I went to the store and I bought all the fruit that we have, and I got a little hand juicer, and I didn't want it to go bad ahead of time, so I thought, I'll just juice this fruit, put the lab on the show while we're recording. Already run into a massive issue with the watermelon. Juices everywhere. I'm glad that I put a plate down, but I'm gonna have to clean that.
I don't. Hang on.
We got.
Are you just using a lime juicer? like for watermelon?
Yeah, well, because it's the best juicing tool I have.
Imagine the size of a lime, and then imagine something slightly smaller than that. That is what he's juicing with.
Well, the point is to separate the pulp from the juice, but watermelon is mostly just like slightly firmer juice. Where a lime
this is what I'm doing. Okay, I'm gonna juice everything. I have little plastic shot glasses.
Okay,
all on my desk. I'm going to juice them half and half, then I'm going to mix them, then I'm going to try it. We'll see if the combination is good or not.
So we're currently in the lab with you right now.
We're in the lab as we speak, and I even have other lab work to share.
This is amazing.
But this is the current lab situation. I need to unclog the thing of watermelon, and then I'm going to move on to, what's the next thing? What did I combine? Grapes. Oh, that'll be an easy one.
So
that sounds delicious.
Are you cutting chunks from the watermelon first, or are you just...
I'm slicing chunks in and then transferring it to, I guess, the lime juicer or whatever Eric said. Then I'm squishing it into a shot glass.
Okay.
So I'm gonna continue on with this process.
Are you a big shots guy typically?
No, not at all. I just went to the dollar store once again and secured some plastic.
I feel like
easy to find
shot cups make sense for what you're doing here, though. I think that's the appropriate vessel.
That might be the only appropriate thing that I've grabbed for.
And also, can I just say, tons of respect and admiration. I think it's awesome what you're doing. I'm amazed that you've brought us into the lab to watch you work. I think that's incredibly cool. I need to apologize. I had promised to present you guys with some grape, lemon specific flavors from my lab work this episode, and I just haven't been able to make my way to the lab because I was out of town and stuff. So you're kind of a lifesaver for me, Andrew. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, I was worried I was stepping on your toes.
No, not at all. My
work.
toes are so fucking stupid right now. Just stomp on them.
I like that we're basically taking it in shifts to go into the lab.
Well, while I do this, do you want to see the other lab work I did? Because I had homework. You gave me an assignment.
Oh.
You said that my sleep spaghetti. Sorry, I'm trying to get rid of this watermelon. But you said that my sleep spaghetti was al dente. You said it was it wasn't cooked. Wasn't cooked enough.
Al dente.
Is that
Al dente.
Is that al dente? Oh, come on, al dente's better. Give me al dente. This is more fun. Al dente.
Can we lobby right here and now to change it officially to al dente from here on out?
Orangutan and al dente.
Sounds way more religious than al dente.
And rubbish over trash. We can't remember.
True.
Can't say trash.
Oh yeah, I'll never remember that one. But anyway, al dente. You gave notes. You wanted it to be bent. You wanted it adjusted. You thought it needed more curve. It needed to cook more, boil more, you may say. So I, in my great wisdom, bought a staple gun. And my idea was that I would cut them into pieces, like you suggested, and then staple gun them together.
Staples, though.
Yeah, well,
aren't they kept together in the socks?
Yeah, so I would layer the socks over each other and then shoot a staple through. Was my idea. That was my thought.
Sleep staples sound less inviting to me.
I'm less inclined to dive into the spaghetti now when catch my earlobe on a staple.
Catch an edge.
No, it's all locked in.
Okay.
Okay. I was advised after I bought this that this probably wouldn't work, and that was correct. That was a correct assumption. Staples do not stick into foam noodles is just a fun fact for people at home. I tried a variety of ways. I jammed the gun. I accidentally shot a staple across the room. It was very chaotic, but did not work, unfortunately. However, I did get it to work. I'm not going to reveal lab secrets of how we got this done, but may I present to you an updated, more noodle-filled, more cooked sleep spaghetti. Look at how comfortable that looks.
Oh,
look at that right
there.
He's done it.
That's looking good.
You got bends. You got twists. Nick says they look like cigarette butts.
They do. They definitely do.
Not necessarily wrong. They're bendy. There's also a product I'd like to introduce called the Sleep Macaroni, where it's just a singular strand. Pretty good for sleeping. Will you get a bruised neck from it? Yes.
Sleepy Mac.
But until that point, it is very comfy.
You know, I think I see what you've done. Just kind of looking at it, and it seems to have worked really well. I saw one of the comment leavers made a suggestion that I thought was pretty brilliant. They said you should just take one of the long pool noodles and then just cut along it almost in a spiral as you go up, almost like a telephone cord, and that might allow some maximum flexibility while maintaining the structure and maintaining it as one solid piece. But clearly, you've come to a different solution that seems to work just as well. So,
it works great. I will say it's better than just bending an uncut one. Definite problems with that. I have slapped my lamp because you bend it and then you lay on it, and then I have a tendency to move in my sleep. I woke myself up last night trying to use it because it slapped the wall. I was like holding it down, and it hit the wall, and it spooked me. I guess the main question is this any more comfy? And the answer to that is absolutely not. It's terrible.
Oh.
Do not use this.
So
it is not a great product overall.
Well, let's not throw shade at Sleep Spaghetti. It clearly doesn't work. I don't know that it's Sleep Spaghetti's fault. I think it might be the pool noodle's fault. I don't look at a pool noodle and think I want to cuddle up with that in a bed. I look at a pillow and think that, and so I would think that the consistency would be somewhere less than pool noodle, but more than pillow, maybe.
So like long pillows. I love the idea of it being full because you slapped your lamp.
Oh yeah, I was terrified that I mean, if you're sharing a bed with someone, it is a dangerous thing.
Oh, that cracked me up.
That's so funny.
Yeah, so you're telling Andrew to replace the change everything about it basically.
I think you could take the filling out and just stuff it with like batting or something and achieve a much comfier result. But I also don't want to listen. This is Andrew's process, and I don't want to get in the way of Andrew's process. Everybody creates differently. The road to the final product is forked many times over, and everybody takes a different fork at different points. So the important thing is that we get there at the end, and I think we will. So I've been reticent to throw too much suggestion towards Andrew because I don't want to get in the way of his creative process.
What was that convention that had the ball pit?
DashCon.
DashCon, yeah.
Because I'm thinking next RTX, we could potentially have a big spaghetti pit, a big sleep spaghetti pit.
Do you think we do a sleep spaghetti pit?
I think so.
Didn't that adult actress jump in that ball pit recently and break her back?
Yes, that was at TwitchCon.
Yes.
TwitchCon, yeah.
Wait, what happened?
What's her name?
Adriana Chechnik, I think. They always talk about her on the YMH podcast.
She jumped into a foam pit and literally broke her back.
Oh God, I think I heard about that.
Yeah. Had to have surgery and stuff, like emergency surgery and stuff.
Yep.
Terrible.
Awful.
Just terrible.
We're getting close to the end of the show here, and I want to make sure that we have time for Andrew to drink.
Okay.
Explain what he's done and how he's done it and what he's doing and what he drinks, because I need to know what these flavor combinations are.
Okay, so I'm going to post a photo of what it currently looks like, this monstrosity. Real mess of a juice situation we got going on. What flavors are? It's watermelon and grape, and then lemon and grape. I don't have banana. I will do banana in the other one next time.
They look pretty good.
I feel like watermelon grape is going to be delicious. I think grape lemon is going to be
I like
a
you've
real
just
problem.
put all the smushed grapes just tucked behind them.
Well, yeah, I realized that with the watermelon, if I didn't clean the chamber, the juice would just shoot out the handle. So we had to take them out. I will be eating this fruit later because it is delicious. I'm going to go for the grape watermelon right now.
Grape watermelon. I've never heard of that combination before in my life.
And that's the one on the left. No, the one on
It's
the
the
right.
right one. Yeah, the red one. Trying it. That was not good. That was supposed to be the good one.
Wait,
What's the
what?
ratio?
How is it
What's the
bad?
ratio? How much grape to watermelon?
It was equal parts grape to watermelon, green grape to watermelon. I went equal parts on all things.
What do you think's ruining it?
That is way more sour than I thought it would be. I don't know why it's so sour.
Sour grapes?
Sour grapes. It is an expression.
I think the grape probably overpowers the watermelon. You probably want to go to like a 30-70 mix.
Yeah, I think there needs to be some modifying. I think like 20 grape, 80 watermelon is probably
Well, I think you need to just have straight up watermelon and straight up grape to see if you hate one of them.
Oh.
Okay, well, I'm going to do this again, so I'll have all the drinks ready next time.
Yeah.
I won't
Yeah.
bring the lab to the show. Okay, so now I'm going to try... I'm going to try the lemon and
The
grape.
color on the lemon one is so lemony, man. I don't know.
You can tell that it's starting to separate. There's clearly like a bottom layer that's going to be all lemon.
Also,
I'm giving it-
I wonder if there's a difference between green grapes and red grapes. I assume there would be.
Oh,
definitely for
100%.
flavor, yeah.
Yeah.
I felt green was better than red as far as what this test would be.
it's not, but yeah, that's fine.
Why is it not? Why is red equally good?
For juicing, I don't think a green grape is going to give you what you want, which is sweet. It's going to give you a little bit more of a kind of tart.
You know what? I would argue with you, but that was very sour what I just consumed. So you may be dead on right there. So maybe the grape adjustment as well.
Are you guys familiar with cotton candy grapes?
No.
They're Nick is.
Yeah.
Those are the best tasting grapes on earth.
So good.
Are they like injected or are they just bred to taste like that?
They're just bread that tastes like
Yeah, I don't think
Oh,
they taste
God.
like cotton candy at
They
all.
don't. They
I
just
don't.
taste good as fuck.
Yeah, they just taste like good. They taste like very, very sweet grapes. I don't know if the cotton candy thing is hilarious.
Yeah.
So I
Okay.
don't know, Andrew. What do you think of these new flavors you've invented?
So far, first one not great. I'm about to take down the second one. Here we go. Oh! That was actually...
That sounded like an Andrew Dice Clay impression. Oh!
Oh, it's so sour.
You just drank straight lemon juice.
It's so sour. But it's good. That was actually better than the first one. It just is really sour.
I bet
What
that
do
one
you-
would be sold by a smoothie company as like an immunity boost of some sort.
Oh,
Yeah, you
my
put,
face
like-
is tingling. Oh.
What would you do differently with that one? Too much
I
lemon?
didn't really taste a lot of grape, I would
Yeah.
say. So probably more grape, a little less lemon, but that was
that
actually
half and half again?
That was half and half again.
Oof, that's a lot of lemon.
Yeah, no, I felt it. It actually, the sour was very overpowering, but the actual taste itself was not bad. I think the problem is it's not bad because it's essentially just tastes like lemonade. So there's not like an angle to invent an actual drink out of that. It's just everything I'm thinking of that would make it taste a little bit better is just turning it into lemonade.
Well, maybe we could learn what you didn't like about the first one if you just had lemon and watermelon.
Oh,
Yeah, but watermelon lemonade exists.
it does. That's true. Yeah,
We're trying to
less of a
break
fact.
new ground. Yeah.
Good point.
Okay, well, I think this was a successful lab. We've learned some things. I've taken some notes. I've adjusted some levels.
Yeah, thanks for bringing us into the lab.
Absolutely.
Of course. It was my pleasure to do so. I will be back next episode with a few more drinks.
Yeah, that sounds great. I guess we should probably wrap this up then. Andrew, I will endeavor to be back as well. I was also gonna do some
I
experimenting.
can't wait to see your lab work.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see how it differs. We can compare and contrast, and hopefully we'll have that next week.
I'll have Ice Cream Gloves V2 ready pretty soon, too.
God, that's very exciting. That's very exciting.
I want to know what Jeff was doing in the lab because it seemed like he had a lot of lab stuff or something.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So I don't know where we wanted to go, but I wanted to make sure if that was teased, we should.
Well, I got it.
If I'm guessing, pay it off.
I got to get to it
I vote
today because
yes.
I can't wait a week. It won't keep. So we have been talking about for the last couple of weeks about fruit combinations, and I'm the one that brought the idea of trying uncommon fruit combinations to try to find to unlock some sort of flavor explosion that people just don't know about yet, right? Thought that'd be a great exercise for us to use our inventor and creative skills and really focus it on something that could really benefit all of mankind, I think. And so, Andrew, you immediately got in the lab, and I was blown away by the work that you did and emboldened by it. And honestly, I was a little, maybe a little, I don't know.
Inspired?
No, more like,
In awe?
yeah, kind of in awe, a little less certain of myself after watching the solid work you did. And so I needed a little bit of time to work through some mental roadblocks. And the initial goal was to combine lemon and grape. I did a cursory search over the internet, found nothing. Then we talked about it. The community hit me up and let me know that there is such a thing. There is a grape lemon product out there that no longer exists, but was very popular back in the day. It was from the 80s or the 90s, and it was this. I'm gonna put it in the. It was called Purplesaurus Rex. It was a flavor of Kool-Aid that combined grape and lemonade. And supposedly, everything I've read, they say it was Eric remembers it. They say it was the best flavor of Kool-Aid ever made. Right?
I totally forgot about this.
I never heard of it.
It was so good.
Yeah, it's weird that if it was as good as everybody on the internet says, that they would cancel it, but or discontinue it. But anyway, I looked around for it. It showed up a little while ago in like a retro thing, but it's gone. It's not on the shelves. So I did a little bit of work, and I discovered that. I apologize for this sideward pick, but you're just gonna have to fucking deal with it. So here's what we have.
Come on.
I found on the internet some people that said, here's how you can make your own Purplesaurus Rex. So they say you buy. Hold on.
This isn't quite what I thought.
I know. Here, we'll get there. That apparently you buy a packet of lemonade Kool-Aid and a packet of grape Kool-Aid, and then you combine them with sugar and the appropriate amount of water in a pitcher, and then they say it's essentially Purplesaurus Rex. And so here I am thinking, I can't invent or I can't improve upon this unless I test the OG flavor. Game recognizes game, right? So I need to whip up a pitcher of Purplesaurus Rex. Went to the store, bought all the ingredients, came home. I don't own a pitcher, turns out. Didn't know that. So I did the next best thing. I put it in a giant bowl. I mixed up a bunch of Purplesaurus Rex, and I put it in a giant bowl. It has been cooling in my fridge. No, it's just a big metal bowl. It's not a dog bowl. It's round. I know it looks like a dog bowl, but it's not. And so I've got it in there. I haven't had a drop of it yet. I don't know. I wanted my first experience to be with y'all, but I wasn't done there. That's
it
not
really
enough
looks
for me.
like you've done all this prep on the wall, by the way, just from the orange.
Yeah, I know.
It does,
I
yeah.
apologize. It's only going to
No,
get
it's
worse,
great.
probably.
Okay.
You know how I roll. I was at breakfast this morning talking with Trevor from the day job, and I was explaining to him this process and an idea I had for another, which we'll get to. This is the third thing. I made 3 things today. It's the third thing I made, and I was talking to him about how kind of bummed I am that I couldn't really invent something that already existed, right? At best, I could rediscover something that had been previously discovered, which is important in its own right, and then we can shine light on it, and if Purple Source Rex is as good as they say it is, then we can shout it from the rafters, and we could give it cosmic crisp kind of attention if we wanted to. But I still wanted to I wanted to own something, some kind of new. I wanted to break new ground in some way, and I was talking about how I really felt like it's like it's in the grapes. There's something in the grapes that needs to come out, that needs to be discovered. And Trevor said, "What about a suicide?" And I thought, "What do you mean?" He goes, "What if you got every kind of grape you could find and put them all into one drink? A suicide." Right, like you used to do when you were a kid, when you would go to like the 7-Eleven and you would get a big gulp and you'd put every flavor of
that was
soda
called
in it at
suicide?
once. Yeah, in America we used to call it a suicide when I was a kid.
Huh.
Maybe they don't do that anymore. And so I went and I bought 6 different kinds of grapes. I went to 2 grocery stores. I bought every different kind of grape I could find, and then I combined them with a little bit of ice, and I created a grape suicide.
Is one of them cotton candy?
No, Nick, they didn't have cotton candy anywhere. I looked for it. I couldn't find it. Maybe it's out of season or something. So I created, and I'll show you that in a second too, I created a grape suicide, which I want to try. But then, not to be, you got to do things in odds, right? Like evens don't work. When you invent something, you need to invent it in 1s or 3s. So I took that idea, and I thought, instead of trying to find unexpected combinations between like a banana and a kumquat, or whatever. What nobody's really doing is nobody's creating the Noah's Ark of fruit drinks. Nobody's taking every single fruit on Earth and combining it into one. Kind of like a.
That almost made
Well,
that
Noah's
sounds like
Ark-
Noah's Ark
Noah's
was like
Ark-
an orgy of
No,
animals.
but Noah's Ark they collected
smash
2
them
of
together,
every
then.
animal, right?
Mix the giraffe with that cat. I gotta see what
No.
we get out of this.
To a point. I'm obviously not saying they put all the animals in a blender, but I'm saying I collected 2 of every fruit, or actually in my case, 1 of every fruit, and that's what this is what that looked like.
Oh my god!
So what you've got right there is blueberries, pears, lemons, raspberries, strawberries, cherries, blackberries, watermelon, mango, 6 different kinds of grape, 2 different kinds of peaches, 2 different kinds of nectarines, 2 different kinds of plums. You've got multiple kinds of melons. You've got apples. You've got a cosmic crisp right there in the front. You've got
6
lemon.
cherries.
You've got lime. You've got oranges. You've got all kinds of stuff. There's actually more cherries in there. There's frozen cherries in the back too.
Oh.
You got banana. You got every kind of fruit I could find, right? And I put all those together. And I'm trying to decide. I was thinking Fruit of the Doom or Doom of the Loom could be a good title for it. This is what it looks like.
Doom of the Loom.
Doom of the Loom, right? This is what it looks like in the blender. That's packed with goodness. By the way, I did a little bit of reading on this. There are some fruits you should not combine. And all of those fruits are combined in this. Yeah, they say that
curdle?
like there's some. Yeah, well, no, not curdle, but there's like non-acidic fruits, and acidic fruits when combined can cause digestive issues and like acid reflux and stuff.
You
So I
already
wouldn't
got
necessarily
those.
recommend this. But if you want to know what it looks like to combine almost to the cent $100 worth of fruit into one drink, this is it.
It's the most expensive smoothie.
You're not going to need any more vitamin C for a year.
No, I won't. So on the left we have the Purple Source Rex Redux. In the middle we have Grape Suicide, and on the right we have Doom of the Loom. I have not tasted
Oh my God.
any of this. It's just sitting in my fridge right now. If you'll give me a second, I'll go grab them.
Please.
And then I'll do a live taste test right now.
In your blender picture, the Alexa is asking a very serious question.
What is your question? Are you
What?
smarter? I think the answer is clearly no. I'll be right back.
Okay, go get it. All right. Hey, while he's doing that, can we any bets, any thoughts on which is going to be the best and which is going to be the worst?
I think the grape mix is going to be pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're saying the grape suicide is the best one?
I think it'll be pretty good, yeah.
I don't ever want to. I feel like I never want to drink a grape. That's not the right format for a grape. I think that's going to be the worst.
I think me and Nick are on the same page. I think Jeff is white trash enough to love this Kool-Aid he's about to slam. I think he's gonna taste this and he's gonna go, oh, it's gonna be like a lot of sugar, and that's what he wants. We all agree that the all fruit one is gonna be the worst, right?
Doom of the Loom.
I hope it's the best because it's so inconvenient to make. Like, what if that's his favorite drink?
He just always
can't get it anywhere.
$100 smoothie.
It's $100 smoothie is his
Should
favorite
call it like
one.
the $1 million smoothie. Okay, so first off, out the gate, I'm a little worried. The grape suicide seems to have separated liquid from goop.
Oh no!
I mean,
So
you
it's,
should
like,
definitely get the
layered.
goop out of there. You shouldn't.
Oh, just give it a mix. Give it
Or
a
just stir.
swirl.
Yeah,
mixing it
give
up
it a
a
nice
bit.
little stir.
I'm gonna start at the beginning. I'm gonna start with the OG. I'm gonna start with the Purplesaurus Rex, which, by the way, I'd like to say, what I did here is I took inspiration from Jurassic Park. I did some dino DNA, and I went to the 80s, and I found the amber of a brilliant drink, and I brought it back into our time, and I recreated it, and much like that dude in the thing. Let me try right now.
Yeah.
Do you have a webcam?
Yeah, you want one?
Yeah.
Also, the Jurassic Park analogy, if we follow through that, it kills you. You
Yeah,
die.
I mean,
So,
I
like-
wasn't Andrew. I was gonna let him go all the way down that
Like,
road.
I
but
see what you're
yeah.
saying, but
Yeah, that's
like,
fine. I understand that it kills
let's-
me, but I don't know that this
okay.
won't kill me.
The Hammond didn't die though, did he?
No, Hammond did not die. Did he?
In,
I don't know.
in the book, he did.
No, not in that movie.
I mean, he's dead by now. He was very old then. All right, so here we go. This is homebrewed Purplesaurus Rex Redux.
Okay, we're looking face
Oh, it's going in.
judgment.
I saw it go up the straw. Oh, he's quite a big sip.
Oh, that looks good.
It looks like he loves this.
Oh, he's going in for a second. He's gonna finish this. I
told
think.
you. I fucking told you.
He's demolished it,
I fucking told you.
even with the ice in.
Holy shit! That's good! That's fucking good!
I told you.
Oh my
He's-
god!
Jeff is like
God
from
damn,
the
I'm gonna be
south, and this
fucking
is just
flying.
this is
called
just
it.
Sugar.
it's hummingbird food. Like, of course he loved it.
Now, would you say you're a Kool-Aid guy generally, Jeff, or has this like tapped into a new thing for you?
Dude, I grew up in the 80s. I was a Kool-Aid kid. I don't think I've
Told
had Kool-Aid in 25 years. Oh my god, what have I been missing? I thought we'd
So
come to
summer
a point.
of '98 was the last time.
Yeah, I no. All right, Garcia was older than that. I guess I thought we'd got to a point where we didn't have to mix our drinks anymore. You could buy them pre-mixed. Fuck that, dude. I'm going back to mixing. Oh shit, that's good. There's a little bit more.
So what?
It's just straight sugar. Can you talk about the flavor of it, like mixing the purple with the yellow?
It tastes
Yeah,
like
how
a
much
purple.
sugar went in?
Dude, it tastes like a purple dinosaur. It's it was one packet of these are sugar free. It was one packet of unsweetened, one packet of unsweetened lemonade, one packet of unsweetened grape, then 4 quarts of water and 2 cups of sugar.
2 cups?
Well, that's what the recipe is for fucking Kool-Aid. It's 2 quarts of water, a packet, and 1 cup of sugar, or sweet and low, or whatever. But I went.
Of course,
sugar.
he fucking loved it. This is insane.
I can
Dude,
see
it's
why,
so good.
I can see why you've activated.
Oh man, I'm into it. Oh fucking, I'm gonna get fucking sugar boner. God damn.
You look like you just walked out of a club at
Flying.
a bathroom.
All right. Now we'll move on to.
Oh, he's stirring it up.
I'm trying
He's
to
mixing
stir
the
it
goop.
you can't really. All right, it's mixed up now. You can't see how it was
Yeah.
separated.
No.
You can see
It
the
was like
grit.
liquid and then grit. It was pretty fucking.
So
good.
this is the
Unappealing.
all grape one.
This is it, and this is homage to Trevor. This was he was instrumental in this. This was his initial burst of idea. This is grape suicide. 6 different kinds of grape, from Concord to green to other stuff.
Are you going to suck from the middle of the cup for the best consistency, or are you going to go from the bottom?
Middle of the cup.
Okay. Oh, it's not as thick as I was expecting. That seemed to glide right in.
It's like a frothy grape juice. Doesn't taste any better or worse than any grape juice I've ever had. Tastes
Well,
fresh.
grapes are all pretty.
Tastes fresh.
Grapes are all pretty similar tasting, don't you think?
Tell it to a cotton candy grape. Oh man, I don't think so because Emily will eat green grapes but won't touch a red grape, which is fucking weird to me.
That's crazy and backwards.
Yeah. It was good. Not better than just going and buying. Well, that's not true. It's good. I'm gonna give Purple Source Rex a 10 out of 10. I'm gonna give Grape Suicide 8.7.
Oh,
Pretty
wow.
good. Yeah,
Okay.
it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
It's high.
But I don't know that I would. It's a lot of effort to go in
Sure.
when you could just buy grape juice.
Right, but certainly it's not the most effort, which you're about to get into now.
Doom of the Loom.
This is something like Doom of the Loom. This is something like 35 different fruits combined into one
Dude,
grape.
that is vibrant.
Which, by the way,
color of
looks.
it.
Everything turns into grape, apparently. Everything's purple. Okay.
How are your ratios? Do you think you've balanced it out well, or do you think one's going to be overpowering?
Oh, dude, I have no fucking
Okay.
clue. I just put a handful of everything.
I'm so excited.
I don't know. I really don't know. I had no idea how to gauge like how much or how little of certain things. No clue.
I wish I could be tasting these. Here it goes. He's preparing. Deep breath.
This might be the first $100 smoothie anyone's ever drank.
It's the Jimmy Butler of smoothies.
Oh, look at the way it got stuck halfway up the straw. This one's thick. Oh god, he's going for it.
Oh, it seems chunky, but maybe a good chunk. There can be a good chunk. Oh. He seems perplexed, and not a bad one. Oh, no, that looked a little bad.
I'll be honest with you. It
Okay.
tastes identical to every purple smoothie I've ever bought from
Oh, that's so disappointing.
Jamba
That
Juice
sucks.
or Juiceland. You can't. It doesn't taste $90 more expensive than the last smoothie.
Yeah,
I ate.
it's $100, $18 smoothie is what you've got there.
It's a $100, $9 smoothie. Oh my god! I mean, it's good. Don't get me wrong. I'm gonna drink it, even though it's a lot of fruit. I'm supposed to not combine, apparently. But yeah,
You're gonna be shitting tonight.
this is like I mean, it's fine as a smoothie, but you can save yourself $95 and go to Jamba Juice.
That was fantastic.
It's a little bitter.
Jeff.
A little bitter.
This might be the best lab work anyone's ever done.
Oh
That was
man, thank you
outstanding.
so much. That's really kind of you. I don't know if it can compare with sleep spaghetti, but I really appreciate that.
Sorry, maybe I didn't hear it. Was there a number rating that you ascribed to this?
Oh, I'll give it it's an 8.
So a 10, an 8.7, and an
So it's
8.
the worst of the three.
Yeah. It's like doing an episode of Anima. It's
Yeah.
just everything is a 10 or it's as high as a 10 or as low as a 7.7.
And that was good
All
to
right.
know.
Well, there you go. That was very informative.
I unless I'm struck by some brilliant idea in the shower or like in a dream, I think I might be done combining fruit. Oh man, that's
Yeah?
so much acid. That's
Oh, it's coming back. It's fighting you now.
Do you think you could have used the gloves for the fruit?
Yeah, I could have used the fruit gloves if they existed. Dude, fuck. Hold on a second. Here's turn my camera back on.
Oh, what are we look? Oh, he's really.
This
really
is
bombing.
this is the basket is full of all the ingredients for the fruit gloves.
One
day when I get down,
What?
it's so much stuff. I got so many gadgets and so much fruit gloves.
Is that a light?
Yeah, I've got some. Look at this. Look at this guy. I've got so much stuff. I've got.
He's gonna have a blender on one hand of it. Oh
Look
my
at these little
god!
knives. Look at these little knives. I've got so much stuff to put this. It became overwhelming, but you know what? I'm gonna get back to it. I'm gonna do it. If you can make those heat gloves, I can make the fruit.
Oh yeah.
You would have more gadgets in your hand than Inspector Gadget as a whole, based off of what you have in that basket.
That's
sounds crazy.
That sounds accurate to me. Yes.
He's gonna be fruit's worst nightmare.
Oh man, that's some really acidic smoothie. God damn, you want to cut it from like a base of some kind. Woo.
I think
Definitely.
you might be in trouble if you finish that smoothie.
I'm not gonna finish it. I'm not gonna finish it. I just had 7,000 calories of Purple Source Rex. I don't.
You had a whole cup of sugar. We should probably start. You should wrap up because that was.
Do you think we'll be
Wild.
serving Purple Saurus Rex at the next RTX?
I think we should. Or when we do our face meetup someday.
Oh yeah.
Eric
I think
and
it
I
would
have
be a
ideas.
bad idea to serve grape suicide.
I wasn't gonna say anything. I was just gonna kind of like let it be like Jonestown, but whatever.
Yeah, I was gonna
we'll
say.
we'll do Purple Source Rex. That's a good one. It already exists. It's the 10 out of the 3.
Can you imagine if that's why they discontinued the Kool-Aid flavor? Because it was the Jonestown flavor, the choice, or whatever. It was really bad branding for the product.
It's like
mass murder.
You find out
really
Heaven's
hurts.
Gate was really into Purple Source Rex. Oh man. Yeah, I guess we should probably wrap it up then. Anybody else have any last?
No, nothing can top that.